Salutations, my fellow dandies! I'm Jack Dandy, and today we are playing Pentiment. Yes, we are taking a break from Final Fantasy XIV for a week so that I can check out some new games, as I have been all week. This is made by the guys Obsidian something, whatever. The guys who made Fallout New Vegas, Outer Worlds, Grounded, but is a weird one for them, to be honest. Yeah, this game's been getting like rave reviews for its writing, and yeah, it's getting like 10 out of 10s and stuff. So I had a choice between playing this and Somerville, which came out at the same time, and I chose Somerville. I think I chose wrong. Somerville was okay, but I really regret not having played this at the time. So we're playing it now. It's, well, I mean, the plot will describe itself. Let me just see if there's any options that need optioning. Audio. Let's turn the music down just a smidge. I turned it down on the master, but the peaks are a bit peaky. Otherwise it's fine. New game. Ooh. Game uses stylized fonts for writing effects that may be difficult for some readers. The easy read fonts option improves legibility by disabling some fonts and writing effects. I'm going to use the easy to read fonts, because I'm going to have to be reading this out. As delightful as the stylized fonts are, I can see me squinting for some words in some of those, in a couple of those. Let's go to easy read. Now, I don't think this game has voice acting. I am a rock. Alright, maybe that's just a rob. Oh, okay. I am more than a rock. I am an eraser. Oh, but this is such lovely penmanship. I didn't even erase all of it. I just erased some of it. Oh god, Dandy voice acting. My voice acting is phenomenal. Thank you very much. So, the big thing with the art style in this game is it's done in the style. I said good, not God, but I meant it sarcastically. I just assumed you were sarcastic, because it's the only... I mean, all of your comments are, so... I obviously read what you meant to write. But yeah, so all the art's done in the style of, like, these 16th century, books. And, tableaus? What do you call those? What do you call those big, like, pictures that they put on the walls that showed, like, the Battle of Hastings and stuff? The, what's the word for them? It's not a tableau, but you know where they have to, like, sew them? I like when you do a little old lady voice. Tapestry. Thank you, Frost. That's the word I was looking for. Yes. The artist in this, the art in this is like those kind of tapestries, as you can see. Actually, I think that's my main character. And the abbot said to me, Andreas... oh, okay. Well, that music's still quite loud, isn't it? Let's pop that down just a smidge. Gone like a demented one for ages otherwise. It says the guy who didn't know what I was talking about. So, who's the bigger moron It's you. Haha. I win. Shut up. Right, I don't want you distracting the sisters in the library. I need you to finish off this commission by the end of April. Keep your conversation with Brother Puero to a minimum. Puero is underlined in red. I guess I need you to finish the commission by the end of April. Isn't that much earlier than you were expecting? Yeah, he told me he had until the Ides of May. Asshole. And he's not going to pay you any more, is he? He has no appreciation for the cost of your sweat. The yield of labour should not be measured in coin, but in personal satisfaction and self-improvement. Okay, I recognise Socrates. Personal satisfaction doesn't put much food on the table, though, does it? Oh, Beatrice is up on the left there. How did you reply to the abbot, Andreas? Andreas sounds very British. Well, I figure Andreas is the character that's going to talk the most, so it's just going to be me. I'm just going to use my voice for Andreas. I told him I'd do my best to get done. I told him it would be done when it was done, sometime before the Ides of May. I shrugged and kept on working. Oh, I'm going to stand up for myself. I said it would be done when it was done. That's what I like to hear. What's he going to do? Find someone else to finish your work before May? It's true. Making enemies with the abbot may not be wise, but he needs your work. And the doing of work is its own virtue, regardless of what the abbot may think. This, by the way, I'm pretty sure is a dream. So I don't know how important this is going to be to the plot, all these characters. But despite the abbot's ire, you must endure. Soon you will have finished both the abbot's work as well as your masterpiece. Satisfaction puts food on the table if you're a prostitute, so he's wrong. I mean, it is a kind of artistry. Prostitutes put satisfaction on the table. Only if the client asks for it. Normally they use the bed. And then you will return to Nuremberg, where marriage and your new life as a master await you. Yes, marriage to someone he has never met. Hardly ideal. Well, the alternative is becoming a philosopher. Oh, Jesus. Then you should definitely get married. Is she pretty, at least? That's what my brother said in his letter, but maybe he's trying to lift my spirits. The small portrait they sent was lovely, but we artists can be flatterers. Oh, who knows? That's not why I'm doing it anyway. So, basically, either way, I don't know. So the small portrait they sent was lovely, but we artists can be flatterers. It is growing late. The wheel of time stops for no man, Andreas. I fear you must leave us. Ah, true, your majesty. Will you visit us again soon? I can't always dream of this place, your majesty. Of course. If you're not here tomorrow night, I pray you will be someplace as pleasant. I wish my dreams were this cordial to me. I don't think my dreams ever sort of like, alright, bye Jack, see you tomorrow. Time to wake up now. Normally it's just, I don't know, I dream about zombies a lot. Grobian, please see Andreas safely home. Of course, your majesty. Until next time, Andreas. Until next time, your majesty. You sound like an expert, Dandy. Oh yeah, I'm an expert in satisfaction. Why am I in a boat? Yes, my name was Private Dandy in Final Fantasy XIV for a while. I go by many monikers. Pay no mind to the other fools, Andreas. I never do. Oh. Ow. At least I would if they'd stopped stepping on my feet. Watch where you're going. Eh, they're fools, Andreas. No point in trying to teach them anything. I know old John wants you to endure the abbot shit, but since I take you home, I get the last word. Don't let him run you ragged, boy. I won't. The abbot can't push me around. That's what I like to hear. Ah, my foot again. Ah! Would you please stop? Okay, this is more like how my dreams end, where I'm getting punished by a jester. I give up. Take me home, Grobian. As you wish, Andreas. I don't know what the Ship of Fools is a reference to, but I'm guessing it's a specific thing. Two is Raven like a good. They were all like living their lives. I think it must be some sort of like reference to the ship that carries you off to dreams or something. Good morning, Ursula. There is a child behind me. Time to get up. All right. Number 1, the Baron, April 1518. I have quests. Another day, another few pages for the abbot, and hopefully a few for myself. I need to go across town and head to the abbey so I can start work on the scriptorium. I have a picture of me in my journal, of course. Brother Pero of Verona. Ah, the map. Is this for fast traveling? Okay. The Picatrix, Key of Solomon, the Heptameron, Prior Ferenc. Oh, hang on. I didn't realise that went away if I didn't read it particularly. Prior Ferenc keeps giving me all of these books to read. I really should clean this up. But not today. I'm not tired yet. Perhaps after Compline. I don't know what the red underlines mean. Maybe I can do something with those later. Ursula. And, it's okay. She's like 8. She's just a moron. Clara? Good morning, Andreas. Did you sleep well? Ordinary, as far as sleeping goes. Well, as long as you didn't sleep poorly. Anyway, I know you'll be off to the abbey, so I packed you some food. Almonds, cheese, and some of the rye you like from the Albans. You had me up until rye. Otto wanted me to ask you to join him for dinner at the abbey. A cute moron. Well, if you're going to be stupid, you can at least be pretty. Otto stopped by. Yes, around dawn. Here you are, Andreas. Ah, okay. This is a fantastic replacement for Final Fantasy XIV. Look, nod. Master Andreas, if it wouldn't be too much trouble, could we... Would it be too much trouble if you paid next month's rent today? And if we raised it by 2 groschen? I don't know what a groschen is. Is that a lot or is that a little? I hate to ask, but we're behind on our taxes to the abbey. 2 months behind. Peter's losing his hair over it. Even more than usual, I mean. Ooh, let me have a look. I've known this little girl all of 30 seconds and I would fight to protect her. Well, maybe I can help pay off her taxes. Of course, no problem at all. Besides, we wouldn't want Peter to lose any more of his hair. I suppose that's not out of the question. Yes, I think I can manage that. I can't promise anything. I'll see what I can do. Well, wait, were these taxes unexpected? What was this? I'm not sure how to respond to this. Rent wasn't due until the beginning of May. Oh, okay. And then I've got these are my dream figures Be generous, Andreas. You can spare the money and it would ease their burden. You must take the consequences of inaction into account. What is this shit? Don't they pay taxes every year? Why is this falling onto you to fix? Do I want to be a nice guy? I mean, I do also understand it's like... But also, I guess the abbot, if they're raising the taxes to a point where people can't pay them, it might not be their fault. Let's go with Socrates. You must take the consequences of inaction into account. You're under no obligation to pay, but the Gürtners will suffer for it. I want to help them, but I don't want to be taken advantage of. Yes, I feel like that's a reasonable response. I can't promise anything. I'll see what I can do. Of course, I understand. I hate to even ask it of you. Our taxes get harder to pay every year. Peter works hard, but it just never seems like it's enough. St. Luke bless you for helping us out. Speaking of St. Luke, how is your masterpiece coming along? It's been 2 months now, hasn't it? Slowly, I'm afraid. Most of my days are spent doing work for the Abbey. It's only during the divine office that Prior Ferenc allows me to work on my masterpiece. I really feel like I'm supposed to be doing something with these underlined words, but I guess it's just to highlight that it's a person. A reasonable restriction, but slow going. The City Council doesn't require it to become a master. I'm making it mostly to show clients and for my own sake. And yes, when I do finish, I will go back to Nuremberg, where I will marry and open a workshop of my own. Oh, I didn't ask! From Nuremberg to university and now travelling the world as an artist. What a life you have ahead of you, Master Andreas. Yes, I suppose it does feel like I'm starting a new chapter in my life after. Oh, in my life after a little too much fun. Must be rather frightening starting it all over again. It's my family make something of my life. It is, but I know now what this... It is, but I know now that this is what I want to do. Screw my family. It's what I want to do. This will be remembered. I've made an important choice, apparently. Not many people get to decide that. Certainly not anyone in Tassing. Anyway, I don't know anything about art, but I've seen your sketching such beautiful things in your little book. Your masterpiece must be wonderful. Well, it's hard to say until it's done. That's no way to think about it. I'm sure it'll be a treasure when it's finished. Now I have to get back to my own work. Have a good day at the Abbey, Andreas, and we'll see you after Vespers for supper. I don't think Vesper's a person. I think that's a thing. Not tonight, but thank you. Klaus Drucker invited me over for supper. Of course. Please say hello to the Druckers for us. Of course. Until later, Clara. Right. Can I speed up? Yes. Let's turn that up. That's... Video characters and fonts. Control the size of the characters' heads in game. Aha! Excellent. Okay. That's a solid option to have. Maybe we'll make their heads slightly... just slightly larger. No, it's distracting. I've forgotten what it looks like. Oh, now the heads look too small. We'll put it on one. There you go. I think like the heads look about right there. Perfect. Just as God intended. I feel like it'd be a little bit too distracting having it at the max, but I can talk to Gert Ava now. Hello, Andreas. Okay. All right, we're done here. Goodbye, Ursula. Andrea. She is adorable. A woman of few words. Both her and, I assume, her daughter. Oh, It's Big Jorg! Maybe that's Big Jorg. Morning, Andreas. Morning, Big York. How's it going? You working today? Oh, just taking a rest for a bit. Dad's still in the field. He hit a rock with the plough and it took me Lord knows how long to pull it out. You off to the Abbey? Every day but Sunday. Right. Thank God for Sundays. Literally. Smells like a storm's coming, no? Just smells like fresh alpine air to me. You've been travelling too much. Where was it you spent your wonder year before you came to Tassing? Is that like a gap year? I think that must be like the German translation for a gap year. Pick a background that will affect your character's choices going forward. Right, so Azus knows some Italian and French and can reference cultural touchstones from Basel and nearby Bern, Zurich, and Freiburg. I could have gone to the Low Countries. Andreas knows some Dutch and French and can reference cultural touchstones from Antwerp, Bruges, and Ghent. Well, Italy. Andreas knows Italian, a little Greek, and cultural reference touchstones from Florence, Venice, and Milan. Wonder years. It's youth. Oh, okay. So where I spent my childhood. Ah, not gap year then. That makes sense. I mean, I guess it's just going to be some conversations where it's useful to know. It's going to be useful to know some languages over others. I might go for the Low Countries, because I know German personally. Which is kind of Dutch. I assume Dutch, like German, isn't an option because it doesn't exist yet. Possibly. Not quite childhood. I think it's early teenage until 20s. So that's kind of when you take your gap year then. That's between college and university, or between high school and university. But I guess if it's, and actually no, I suppose if it's early teenage until 20s, that's like your formative years, I believe is what they call it, those years. I'll go for the Low Countries. I guess it doesn't really matter. Antwerp, Bruges, and Ghent, all the great art cities of Flanders. Where's that? North and west, down by the sea. Here's your problem. The sea areas confuse your sense of smell. Spend enough time in these mountains and you'll be able to smell a storm coming. How long will that take? 10, 15 years? I don't think I will have that long, Big York. What do you spend all that time in Flanders doing anyway? Other than art, I mean. I'd be a hedonist. I can have prostitutes. Pleasure wherever he goes, extremely social and quite experienced in all of the enjoyable vices of the world. I can be a craftsman, live to work and dedicate all of his time to art. I can be a bookworm, spent all his non-working free time finding and reading as many books as he possibly can. I can be a rapscallion. I have a penchant for getting involved in petty schemes, pranks, minor crimes, and fistfights. Or I can be a businessman. Andreas devotes much of his time to self-promotion, optimizing business expenses, making investments, and balancing books. Yeah, I'm thinking rapscallion or hedonist. Petty schemes, pranks, minor crimes, and fistfights. I mean... But booze and cheese! Oh... Let's go rapscallion. Getting into trouble. I got involved in a scheme or two, a bit of mischief, more than a few brawls. Antwerp is overflowing with riches, rich fools and traders from across Christendom and beyond. There's always someone to have a bit of fun with, or a bit of a fight. Sounds like a strange way to pass the time, Andreas. Anyway, I have to get going. Oh, there's text behind. I feel like there's no good place for me to be in this game because text kind of comes from every angle. But York, let's go! Dad's already acting like I'm taking too long, even though I did all the work to get that rock out. See you later, Andreas. Until later. Andreas, you say hello to the girls today. Ava and Clara? No, I mean the chickens. Peter, James and John. They like it when you stroke their back or give them a good scratch under the breast. My sisters, too. You named your chickens after the apostles. Isn't that blasphemy? I guess when you put it like that, put it plain like that. But I hear about the apostles every Sunday in Mass. They witnessed Jesus' greatest moments of glory and his darkest trials. I'm always thinking, that's how it is with the girls and me. They see everything I deal with around here. It makes perfect sense to me, Big York. You have much in common with Christ. Word of advice, don't mention that to anyone else, especially the father. Oh, it's fine, I get it. I'll just call them the girls from now on. I don't recall your family eating eggs. What do you do with all of them? Oh, we sell them to the Bowers. Clara says we need the extra money for taxes. Anyway, I should get back to it. Until later, Andreas. Until then. Andreas is way too polite for a rapscallion. Well, I'm like a gentleman rapscallion. You know, like the kind of rapscallion you'd get in the 16th century who, you know, I fight, you know, like rather than glassing people, I carry a rapier around with me. And challenge people to duels. Slap them with my glove, that sort of thing. So there is a glossary that's been coming up, but I have a feeling that there's a cat with a rocket pack. I love these border illustrations. There's yeah, there is. It does come up with the option to check the glossary, but I feel like we won't get anywhere if I keep checking that. Andreas? This is ill, Peter. God bless you. Andreas. Oh, yes, Andreas. Well, it's been god awful. This town's gone to shit since my days. Were things very different when you were young? As different as beer and piss. It's not that different, then. The old abbot didn't bother us much about our customs. He didn't mind if we left a little offering to Pentiment to keep the skies clear, the weather fair. Matthias knew that Christ was in our hearts, even if the white lady's name was on our lips. You think the spirit's been fouling the weather anymore since no one follows the customs any? Yeah. Sharper than you look, eh? The saints weren't the first to watch over Tassing. My father knew that. Old Rannick Kemper knew that. That bastard abbot may not like it, but some of us keep the traditions alive. Like the old widow Ortola, I wouldn't mention that at the abbey. What do these traditions entail? When you get up in the night to take a piss, go around the right side of the house and never go back the same way. That way the witches don't steal your soul. That's good advice. That's good advice. I should go. Oh, alright, God bless you. That's just solid advice. You do a clockwise lap around the house, because that way you don't have to worry about accidentally worry about running into someone else going out at night for a piss, and you also don't have to worry about stepping in your own piss accidentally. Since bad beer is called piss water, not a good analogy. Exactly, well, that's what I said. It's like, and you know, I don't drink, so as far as I'm concerned, they are the same. Andreas. Oh, Andreas. Good timing. Do you have a moment to lend me a hand? Of course. Wonderful. I've got too many irons in the fire. Or rather, shoes. Horseshoes. I miscounted how many I put in. No, I need a hand, else they'll overheat and I won't be able to work the metal. Oh, here, take the shoe and the tongs. Put the hot part of the shoe on the anvil and hit it with a hammer. I'm making shoes. Good, good. Next one. Oh, well done, see? Short work. Thanks for the help, Andreas. I don't know what I was thinking doing all of those at once. Yeah, sure would be nice to have someone to help me out here every day. Have you considered a child? Oh, probably a topic for another day. Anyway, I'll take up more of your time. I'll see you and Otto up by the Abbey guest house for dinner. Oh, I'll see you. Until then. Oh, that's fun. I got to... I got to do some blacksmithing. Martin, please, can you give me a hand here? What do you want? I'm keeping an eye on them. That looks a lot like standing there and doing nothing. Martin, for Christ's sake, help your cousin. Ah, morning, Andreas. Excuse us. One of the fence rails fell and the sheep started hopping it. Should I offer? Perhaps. Helping others also helps us. It allows us to feel useful and take satisfaction at work. That idiot Martin should be helping them. Yell at him, give him a good scare. That's presumptuous. I'm not close to their family. No, excuse me. I'll try to stay out of your way. Thanks. It'd probably take an hour or two to track them all down at this rate. Blood sacrament. Damn it, Veronica. What did I say about blasphemy? Sorry, Mum. Oh, God damn it. Sorry, Mum. Oh, look. There's something going on up at the Steinauer's place. That man is pointing very angrily at that guy on the horse. Who's on that horse? Looks rich. I don't know, Martin, but Lucky has given him an earful. Christ, I haven't seen Lucky that worked up since Peter and Clara's wedding, when Joanne pulled his pants down. Knocked two of my man's teeth out. You don't want to feel the strength behind a stonemason's anger. Do you think he's a noble? He looks really rich. God damn it, Martin, stay out of trouble for once. What, Aunt Hetty? Behave yourself. Don't we have enough to deal with right now? Also, I mean, I made a joke about saying God damn it, and now you're actually saying God damn it. Stop blaspheming. Andreas, if you wouldn't mind moving your skinny little body up the road, we need to get these sheep under control. Of course. See you later. Help your aunt and cousin, all right? Eat shit, Andreas. All right. Screw you too, Martin, I guess. I can't actually... I can go down here, I think. Can I go down? Nope. There are sheep in the way in every direction. Oh, there we go. I can go around. What a nice kid. If he gets within earshot of Ursula, I might behead him. I think he's just a lazy scam artist. Okay. Morning, Andreas. Morning, Andreas. How's it going? Morning, Klaus. Another day at the Abbey. Another few hours to work on my masterpiece. Good to hear. You still coming by for supper tonight? Mary and Bert would love to see you. You really need to see these new woodcuts I have for an Italian edition of Till Eulenspiegel. I didn't realise Father Thomas let you print books in Italian. Come on, Andreas, he's not that strict. I know he's just trying to protect people from... heresy? Adventure stories of questionable moral repute? He doesn't mind those, but so much, actually. No. As long as they don't get too carnal. Ooh. So, supper tonight after Vespers. Of course, thank you. Great, I'll tell Mary and Bert you're coming. See you then. See you later. I hope I haven't double booked. I've not been paying attention to what my plans are. Those are the best ones, I know. The adventure books with all the sex scenes in them, that's the only reason you read through the adventure stuff to get to the sex scenes. If there's no sex scenes, then it's just adventure. Hey, salutations, Amy. I had no notification. Prefer to be yelled at in real time tonight. Sorry, I've only been live, 40 minutes, so... But we've not done a huge amount. This game's quite slow. I'm a rapscallion from... Nuremberg. That's where I'm from. I'm doing art for the Abbey, and I'm working my way through the town to go to the Abbey to do some work. That's pretty much all. We're just basically being introduced to the villagers at this point. And this game's by the guys who made New Vegas and Grounded. So just to give you some context. You did miss Ursula, but I'm sure Ursula will show up again. So Charles has a favourite already. God bless, Master Mailer. I hope your week is going well. Thank you, Father. It's going quite well. I'm just on my way up the hill to get to work. Good. Andreas, I don't recall seeing you at Sunday morning Mass. You understand how important it is for your salvation that you receive Holy Communion, don't you? Let's see what my inner monologue says. I just stayed up too late on Saturday. I don't want him to get into an argument. I don't want to get into an argument with him about this. So these are like my inner voices. This one's Socrates. I don't remember the rest of them. This one's kind of like my id, though. He's just like, hey, do crimes, have fun. She's like 8 and I mean, she might be younger, but yeah. Yeah, she speaks in raspberries, so she's clearly got a lot going on upstairs. A man has many duties, Father. Thomas should appreciate how hard you work to help the Abbey. Yeah, almost everyone in town works hard, though. So you can have like you can think on something and then say something, and I guess it doesn't really matter anything, but I guess it sort of reflects whether you're lying or saying what you actually believe. I apologize, Father Thomas. I promise you I'll make it up this Sunday. You don't have to make a promise to me, but our salvation is contingent on the... Oh my, what a blessed day to receive such an illustrious visitor. Master Mailer, this is Lorenz, Baron of Rothvogel, a great lord from the countryside near Worms. That might be pronounced Worms, but I'm going to call it Worms. Good to see you, Father Thomas. It is nice to be remembered fondly. I only wish all of your neighbours were as welcoming. Well, yes. What brings you back to our little town? My wife and I were returning from a trip to Venice. We spent a few days in Innsbruck, and it was terribly dull. Isn't Innsbruck where the, like, Cthulhu stuff happens? A lot of fishmen. I mean, it has a certain charm common to these alpine cities, but the place was crawling with nobles, and the Emperor's diet, and fish people. Oh, the Emperor, was he there? Did you see him? Oh, briefly, but he was sitting for a portrait at the time. Quite lovely. I didn't want to bother him or the painter. Who was the artist, my lord? I'm sure you know him, an older man from Nuremberg with enough of a reputation to paint the emperor. I'm sorry, my lord, I'm not sure who you mean. Have you not heard of Albrecht Dürer? Pity, I thought he was known across the empire. Anyway, my wife wanted to stay a bit longer at Innsbruck, and I decided to ride ahead to make a visit to Kiersar. I heard Father Matthias died shortly after my last visit, of course. A great loss for the abbey and for us all. Indeed. By good fortune, I recently came across a copy of Historia Tassi he was reading during my last visit. So I think if I press this when red stuff comes up, it does tell me what it said, what they are. And I get to look at these delightful little illustrations of a rabbit smoking a pipe and another rabbit doing something with an olive and a duck running away from another duck being eaten by a goat. Delightful. So the Historia Tassi is an account of early history of Issing. Kersar's previous abbot, Father Matthias, had a copy. Baron Rothgogel bought another to the abbey as a gift. So yeah, I mean, I feel like I can do that for some words, but it's going to take a very long time to get through this game. I'll do it if I need to. Father Matthias was hoping to find to find a second copy to corroborate the contents of the first. It contains some fascinating details about the history of this place. I'm afraid they might even cause a bit of a scandal. Ah, yes. But I must be off. There will be a time enough to discuss Tassing's past later. I commissioned a manuscript from the abbey through Father Gernot, and I have come to check on its progress. Oh, my lord, if you have come to see your manuscript, you should speak with young Master Mailer here. Honor to meet you, my lord. Andreas is a journeyman from Nuremberg. For the next few months, he's also helping in the abbey scriptorium. A Nuremberg artist working in an abbey scriptorium in 1518? Oh, we should talk, Andreas. I must know the story. Of course, my lord. It would be an honour. Wonderful. It's so rare to find someone in the countryside who knows anything about art. Thank you for the introduction, Father Thomas. Come to supper at the abbey tonight. I'm inviting you to the abbot's table. Did the abbot invite me? Oh, don't worry about it, Father. Just show up after Vespers. What's he going to do? Refuse us? Excellent. Well, we'll see you then. Miklaus, I'm dismounting. Run ahead of us and take the horses to the abbey's guest house. I'd like to take my time talking with Master Mayor. I'll meet you there. I have a feeling I've made myself late for work by doing this. At once, my lord. But look, I get to have a lovely walk in the countryside with Lorenz. So then a journeyman from Nuremberg. Forgive me for saying so, but aren't you a little old to not yet be a master? Are you unmarried? No, I'm not married, but in truth I came to my vocation later than my father and brothers. I was in university for a number of years in Erfurt. Erfurt, wonderful! The same university as Martin Luther. Have you read his works? Tremendous mind. No, bye. He says things about the church that should have been said years ago. Might get him into trouble, but he's a brave, brilliant man. Is that an Ozymandias statue behind them? Wait, you may have met him, did you? You must tell me. Oh, Touchback app has been super buggy for me lately. Really? I know you had problems with it before where you couldn't get like a picture and stuff. Is that still not sorted itself out yet? That's annoying. Ah, no, he was a few years ahead of me. I have no idea who he is because I didn't check the glossary. His ideas seem fascinating. I agree wholeheartedly. I simply must meet him if I get the chance. I wonder if the good brothers of the Abbey have heard of him. This is what I get for not checking the glossary. Because now I don't know what I've agreed to. Perhaps they have even read his list of 95 theses against the church. Is he like a list of propositions against the church's practice of selling indulgences for the remission of sin? It was written in 1517 by Martin Luther. Fine. Father Matthias was not above having a lively debate. I hope Father Gernot does not disappoint in that regard. But enough about Luther for now. Tell me about your university studies. Forgive me, Baron, but did you attend university? You seem very well educated. Ah, no, my family is merely wealthy enough to provide me with all the books and tutors a child could dream of. Oh, the app no longer wants to display 1440p streams. That might be an issue back then. My phone probably too old. Ah, yeah, that might be the case. Yeah, it's always a good time to a good indication you need to get a new phone when the apps you've been using with no problems suddenly all stop working. I love all knowledge, from Aristotle and Cesso to Ficinio and Erasmus, and everyone in between and yet to come. I may have misjudged the Baron. It seems he is as well read as any university student. I think I'm thinking this. In truth, I am simply happy to speak with another well-educated man. Now then, did you earn your doctorate? No, I didn't. Only a master's degree. I started working towards a doctorate, but didn't finish. Oh, that's a shame. Well, what was your area of study? Ah. Pick a background that will affect your character's choices going forward. Addresses a strong understanding of Catholic theology, biblical knowledge, canon law, heresies, and similar subjects. Andreas knows the basics of a fractured systems of laws that govern the various states of the Holy Roman Empire. Or medicine. Medicine is with the basics of human biology, medicine, and illness. Ooh, theology. I feel like theology would be useful at this, time, but I know that this game does have, I do have to solve murders. So I'm going to go with medicine. I feel like medicine's a useful skill to have for a journeyman. All things medical, studying the latest and greatest texts coming out of Italy. Your endgame is sexy time, biology. Is that how it works, is it? There's nothing turns a woman more on than knowing where all of her bits are. I mean, I suppose that is true to some extent. I want to see you pick your way through Imperial law. It would be... Yeah. It would be interesting to try and, Phoenix write this without reading any of the glossary terms. Yes, the Italians continue to innovate in that area. Extraordinary, really. Fascinating work. Who knows what secrets we may learn from the human body in the decades to come. You, if I had any faith, I would have prayed you'd never show your face here again. Curse you, Lorenz Rothvogel. Percher's dogs tearing you to pieces would be too kind of fate. Okay. These rustic communities display a shocking lack of hospitality, don't you think? What was that about? Who knows? By the time I finish guessing, the old crone will probably be dead. I think I may have associated myself with a villain. Well, what of your early time in the university? Every student must study the trivium and quadrivium, yes? I'm tempted to check what that means, but at the same time, it's funnier just to guess. Did you have a favourite subject? Okay. Andres has a strong command of Latin grammar and vocabulary, which is weird because I can't speak Latin. Because we covered this earlier, I can't speak Latin. Because I easily recall Centenai Antiquae, quoted words of wisdom from the Roman Republican Empire. Andreas instinctively thinks through the implications of information as he perceives it. He is adept at spatial analysis, can easily perform complicated calculations in his head. An orator, Andreas excelled at rhetoric in university. He is a skilled teacher, persuader, and public speaker. Andreas knows a soul-endangering amount of theoretical and practical knowledge on alchemy, astrology, theology, necromancy, and various magic rites and ceremonies. Andreas knows a great deal about the constellations, heavenly bodies, and their movement. He is also familiar with various plants and animals from study from personal experience. I did pick rapscallions, so yes, you're right. Maybe it is appropriate that I'm in league with a villain. Did I hear necromancy? You did, but I don't think it's actual necromancy, sadly. I think it's just kind of knowledge of supposed necromancy. Latinist because you don't know Latin. I mean, it would be very interesting to know to be a Latinist when I speak Dutch and French, but not Latin. I was going to go orator. But there's a lot of good options here. Plants and animals from study and personal experience. I feel like biology would be quite good. Like, that kind of ties into me doing medicines and stuff. Quoted words of wisdom for the Roman Republic and Empire. I bet if you become an occultist at level 30, you can upgrade your job to necromancer. I mean, there's a good chance if I choose occultist that I may accidentally display too much occult knowledge and I will get arrested for the crimes I'm trying to solve. This is the 16th century. You know, this is the time when they like held people on trial for turning their husbands into pigs and things. I'm gonna go heavens and earth, I think. Speaking to the people who died would be helpful, though. It's not actual necromancy. It's just the idea of necromancy. I don't think it actually gives me magical powers. This is a game based in reality, unfortunately. And you both made the friggin' Monty Python reference at the same time. He knows what a clitoris is. Hang him, witchcraft! Yes, but I learnt it from my time spent with animals and plants, though. It's fine. I go heavens and earth. I love studying the natural world, my lord, both the heavens above and the wild spaces around us. Formerly, I studied as much astronomy as I could. It's incredible how much we've learned from both the Arabs and the Greeks. True, but even now we continue to discover more, and what we can see within the celestial sphere. What began as pagan myths to explain our place in the world may help us understand our place in the heavens. As this may seem foolish, but I spend a lot of time in the wilderness learning about plants and animals. Really? Did the libraries of Erfurt not have enough herbals to satisfy your curiosity? You learned what a clit is from plants and animals. Yikes, never leaving this guy alone with my dog. I mean, you know, if I want to be a vet, which apparently I don't know why I've got all of this education, because I'm an artist. Like I'm working on a tapestry for the church. But apparently I have the qualifications to be a vet. I don't mean to malign our most august Greek and Roman authors, but De Materia Medica was written before the coming of Christ. Surely there is more that we can learn about plants, insects, and animals by observing them in nature. And beyond that, I simply have a love for wild places. While I do not share your academic interest in nature, I must admit that I sometimes enjoy the solitude of a walk in the woods. And your other studies? Was there anything else you excelled at? Oh, I can have two! Oh, cool. What is zero of the backgrounds you can choose anything artsy? I don't know. I guess it's like art isn't something that you like study for. It's just something you can do. Definitely not that one. I might go for the orator. Just yeah, let's go for orator. The art of persuasion, naturally. Rhetoric. Ah, I assume you studied the Greeks and Romans both. Yes, Aristotle, yes, Cicero, of course, but also Christian thinkers like Augustine and Thomas Aquinas. True, we have less use for public discourse than senators did in the Roman Republic. Exactly. The doctors of the church weren't trying to persuade politicians, but to move the mind towards Christian truth. Still, the principle remains the same. Invent your arguments, then arrange, style, and internalize them before delivering them to your audience. It's splendid, though I suppose the artist has little use for rhetoric, especially in a place such as this. Not true. Rhetoric is also an art. And like other forms of art, it should be created for the audience and its purpose. There we go. There's the link. It can be practiced as easily in the streets of a rural town as the Curio of Rome. Well put. Ah, there's the Abbey. I have good memories of this place and of Father Matthias. I was sad to hear of his passing. You just woke up one day with the best artist on earth. That's how it happens. That's how it happens, as I understand it. All of the bests, they just can. As Aaron from Game Grumps put it, came out of the womb drawing Beethoven. Lately, the occult one is described as soul-threatening. Yeah, there was a man earlier who was talking about walking around your house clockwise when you went out at night for a piss. And apparently that was to assuage the old spirits or something. And I was like, maybe don't tell anyone about this, because they might hang you for heresy. How did you come to know him? How did you come to know of Kierso at all? My family have been patrons of Kierso for, I don't know how many generations. Some years ago I heard that Kierso still had a wonderful library and artisans. Professional artists have taken over most manuscript production, so I was shocked to find an active scriptorium here. This is as good a place as any to create art. Certainly, though I'm sure you miss the comforts of Nuremberg when you're stuck in a drafty old abbey like this. I'll get back there soon enough. I'm in no rush. That's good for me, since I still appreciate the Abbey's work. I commissioned a manuscript through Father Gernot a year ago. I thought I would stop by and check on the progress. Wait, are you the artist working on it? It's a prayer book with 20 illustrations. I know the work, but no, I do know the artist well, the venerable brother Piero. Hell venerable. He still has his wits and his skills, if that's what concerns you. Brother Piero has an incredible talent with colour. Witchcraft, what does he mean rotate clockwise? What's a clock? That's a good point, actually. They may not have... They would have had sundials at this time, surely. When was the sundial invented? Then I very much look forward to seeing it. When I press pause, it does tell me the time. So they must have some sense of what time it is. Miklaus, tend to the horses and the baggage. I'm heading up to the Abbey. Yes, my lord. 1500 BC. Oh, then we're fine. They've probably got sundials on their wrists at this point. 10 years from now, that's when they probably invented the calculator one, where you can like the abacus watch. It's a sundial with an abacus on the end of it. It's very advanced. Let's not keep the abbot waiting any longer. Hi, nuns. Bye, nuns. Nuns? Quite unusual for a Benedictine house to have monks and nuns, even if they are separated. The church closed most of them centuries ago. But then Kierzau is a place out of time in more ways than one. Do you know Mother Cecilia? She seemed to recognize you. We are acquainted, yes. Let's leave it at that. Everyone who's acquainted with this man seems to hate him, so... I've clearly made good company here. Ah, you must be Father Gernot. I am Lorenz, Baron of... Yes, the Baron of Rothvogel. So wonderful to have you here again. We actually did meet on your last visit. Ah, if you say so. I'm not good with remembering faces. Please forgive me, my lord, but I wasn't expecting you for another few days. Yes, I know, but I rode ahead. I just couldn't wait to see my manuscript. I'm sure it's no trouble. No, it's no trouble. Did you want to see it now? Oh, in a moment. I could do with a bit of refreshment, though. May I grab something from the kitchen? Yes, certainly, my lord. I will meet you there. Andreas, I don't know what you were doing with the Baron, but I need you in the scriptorium now. This is a bad time to ask for an advance on my payment for the Book of Hours. Why are you taking this out on me? It's not my problem. Shit, I should have asked you about an advance for the Gertner's taxes. Maybe I could just convince Brother Matthew to pay me early. If all else fails, I could liberate some money from the sacristy. Ah, that's because I'm a rapscallion. That's what that fist means. He banged the nun. Well, he obviously didn't do it properly if she was that upset. Nuns. What's up, Matilda? God bless you, Master Mailer. Says Matilda, how are you doing? Mother Cecilia doesn't like us talking to men unless it's necessary to perform our work. Ah, forgive me. Sorry to bother you. Thank you, Master Mailer. Sophie. God bless you, Master Mailer. How are things going in the nun's kitchen? I mean no offence, Master Mailer, but I cannot speak with men. Ah, my apologies. God bless you. And you as well, sister. Sister Gertrude dries and stores all of her herbs here. There's a cat. I can pet Mousefinger. Yeah! Game of the year. Sisters certainly keep their garden well tended. I'm not going to make the joke. Tassing is lucky enough to have so much woundwort naturally growing. I had to buy it back in Nuremberg. Ah, the many-petaled cinquefoil. It grows so easily some consider it a weed. Still, I think it has a certain charm. You can't talk about how well a nun's garden is tended. I see. I said I wasn't going to make the joke. Painting of Hildegard of Bingen. Mother Cecilia's favourite. Doors into the convent unlocked to outsiders. Men, at least. Alright. God bless you, Andreas. God bless you, Mother Cecilia. Is there something I can help you with? I noticed that you took the sisters inside when I walked up with the Baron. What concern of it is yours? You said much in saying nothing. And now I will say even less. Good day, Andreas. Fine. I just want to know whether I should, whether he's a rotter. And I should maybe not cavort with him so much. So if you weren't a biologist, you wouldn't have known that. I know, my biology knowledge is coming in good use already. Fur of you, it always smells so fresh. Sister Gertrude is wise to have some in the garden. See, that's my biology knowledge at work there, when it shows the little picture. Oh, hang on. I'd already started typing it, I may as well have finished it. No, fair enough. Door leads to the rest of the convent, not for me. Okay. Let's go to the shrine. God bless you, Master Mailer. Gertrude. God bless you, Master Mailer. How goes your work in the scriptorium? Very well, thank you. Oh, then I guess you wouldn't be interested in the saffron Agnes Styrian received yesterday. What? Saffron? Really? Where'd you hear that? Sister Matilda saw her at the Albans. Maybe you can convince Prior Fenric to get some for your yellows. Good to know. Are you in need of any herbs or flowers? I could pick some up for you my next trip through the meadow. Oh, don't worry about that. I'll go gathering in the forest later. Until then, Sister Gertrude. Bless you, Andreas. Maybe I'll see you in the shrine of Saint Satia one of these days. It's already taken its toll doing all these voices. I should have maybe played a different game for just to rest my voice for one stream. A reliquary containing the hand of Saint Moritz. A reliquary containing the hand of Saint Moritz, which is said to have once held the Holy Lance. Brother Matthias maintains the shrine along with some of the sisters who paint badges for pilgrims. Oh, God bless you, Brother Piero? No, wait, it's Master Mailer. I thought you couldn't see, Sister Margaret. During the day, I can see some colours. How did you know it was me? You and Brother Piero both smell of the pigments you use. But you're taller and you have another smell to you, like fish or burned almonds. I'm also much more handsome. That's the old linseed oil, popular among Italians, but Brother Piero doesn't use it. I'll ask Sister Gertrude about it. How are Sister Gertrude's herbs coming on? It's too early to tell. Most of them won't be grown until May. Still working with herbs suits me. Have a good day, Sister Margaret. God bless you, Master Mailer. I like Gertrude. She didn't give you a side quest. Yes, that was that was prime for me picking up a side quest to collect 10 herbs or something. So yes, I too am thankful that she didn't. You had a rest yesterday, Sleepyhead. Hey, and I had a busy day, and then I had a big burger from Five Guys, and it just sparked me out. St. Luke, the patron saint of artists, is also the patron of healers. Ah. So me being a biologist and an artist, I got the same saint patron. God bless you, Andreas. Brother Florian, how are you? Hey. The brothers and sisters are well, so I am well, thank God. Andreas, have you spoken to Klaus Drucker lately? Yes, quite recently. Why? I believe he may be receiving a medical text from Bologna soon. I'm quite interested in it. Can you read Italian? Ah, no, little Italian, and my Latin is not as good as I would like. I was hoping Brother Piero could help me with it if he has the time. I'm sure he'll make the time. He is a patient teacher. That he is. I'll see you later, Andreas. Until then. Most of these medicines were made by Agnes Stenerine with some help from Sister Gertrude. Okay. I don't know if there's how much value there is in exploring. So I'm just going to crack on, because there's quite a lot of this place, and it doesn't seem to be... Other than introducing me to characters, it's not giving me a huge amount of information. Could make a sexy nurse nun joke, but the nurse is a bald man. I mean, he's still sexy. Did you see his eye patch? Oh, God bless you, Andreas. Has your voice yet recovered from Easter Mass, Rudger? Oh, yes, it was a bit of a strain, but a worthy sacrifice. Well, if the Lord could give us all his... could give us his all on Easter. Exactly. Have a good day in the scriptorium. Have a good day singing. Oh, hang on. There's a tiny nerd here. God bless you, Andreas. How is the sacristy today, Matthew? The same as yesterday. Does my vocation seem silly to you, Master Mailer? No, I was just being friendly. Then go in peace, friend, knowing that the Abbey's treasures are secure for another day. God be with you. One more thing. I have a favour to ask you. Yes, Andreas? I was hoping you'd give me my pay for the latest manuscript early. This isn't part of the agreement you made with Father Gurno. You'll be paid on the completion of each additional manuscript you illuminate, not before. I only have a few pages left, Brother Matthias. I'll finish them in the next few days anyway. Can you make an exception just this once? Not without good reason. This abbey runs through mutual payments, not haphazard payments. Breaking such contracts would cause undue trouble, not only for Kurza, but for Tessing as well. The matter is pressing, Brother Matthew. For the love of another Christian, I beg you to make an exception. Very well. Do not ask me of this again, Andreas Mailer. Here you are. I shall note this with the Father Gurno and Prior Fenerick. Thank you, Brother Matthew. God bless you, Andreas. Alright, now that I've got my payment, I can give Clara the rent early. I'll give it to her directly to make sure she receives it. Oh, the Old Bailey. This is a jail, isn't it? Apparently the Old Bailey is where I need to go. I thought the Old Bailey was slang for prison. What is this? A Volvel? I've seen these before in astronomy and medical tracks. What's this one for? 2 wheels. The top wheel has Greek letters and holes cut out to reveal Latin letters underneath. And the outer edge of the lower wheel is divided into 4 sections, each bearing an elemental symbol. The lines connecting the holes form constellations: Cassiopeia, the Great Wagon, Libra, and Aries. A quarter turn of the upper disc aligns a different elemental symbol with the top of the lower disc. And that reveals a different set of letters underneath. I wonder what it's for. A cipher of some sort. I need to investigate more. This has to be connected to something else around here. Okay, well, I found a cipher. I guess that's for a puzzle I need to solve later. A Bailey is part of a castle. But I'm sure the Old Bailey was a nickname for prison. Apple trees are only started to bloom within months before they bear fruit. Hey, Sebat. God give you health, Master Mailer. Brother Sebat, I'm surprised to see you still here. As am I, but I'll be leaving soon, returning to Rome. I and my bishop regret that we could not reciprocate Father Rudolph's generosity earlier. He showed much kindness to our priests in the Council of Constance many years ago. Will you remain in Rome? That is up to my bishop, but I will miss these mountains in any case. You should travel to Ethiopia, Master Mailer, and see the highlands. God has blessed my home with a wondrous beauty. I would love to, someday. I still need to return to Nuremberg and open my workshop. Yes, someday. Until then, if you're ever in Rome, I may still be around. I would like that. By the way, if you have some time in the next few days, it would be nice to share a meal with you and some of the townsfolk. The townsfolk? I am accustomed to strange looks, especially in rural places like these, but I have had kind words with the baker and his wife. Ah, yes, the Albans, Ulrich and Gret. I offered to tell a story to the children and their mothers over a meal someday. Gret seemed excited about the idea, but I'd be more comfortable if you were there as well. I can certainly make time. Thank you, Andreas. I look forward to it. God give you health. I feel like I've agreed to have dinner with like 6 different people at this point, and I'm worried they're all going to be angry at me for not showing up because I've agreed to. I've double booked. Apple tree in a cemetery, corpse-flavored apples. Yeah, but what better nutrients than people? So that's the Old Bailey. That's the church. Alright, let's go to the scriptorium. Again, I'm dilly-dallying. Free food all week, yeah. Or I'm just going to have to, like, force myself to eat food. To eat, like, 5 suppers in one evening. Piero! Oh, Andreas, God bless you. So good to see you. Good morning, Brother Piero. Good to see you as well. I don't like this weather. My bones ache. It means a storm is coming. Big Jorg Getner says that if you live here 10 or 15 years, you can smell storms coming. Brother Edok has been here long enough that we can always smell him coming. That's a weird thing to say. I might shrink myself down a little bit. There's unfortunately, no good place for me to be in this game. But if I'm down here, if I make it, there we go. I can at least duck my head out of the way of the text so you can see some of it. Don't forget, Brother Guy, the fate of the youth who jeered the aged prophet Elisha outside of Bethel. Are you comparing yourself to a prophet, Brother Adok? Are you comparing you to an impudent youth whom the Lord in his ineffable wisdom may choose to strike down? Brother Guy, you should more respect to Brother Adok. You're being mean-spirited. I'm going to say nothing. I'm going to let these two hash it out. Well, everyone seems quite lively. I suppose this isn't saying nothing. But I suppose everyone seems quite lively. I suppose that means Prior Fenric is not overseeing us today. He was here, but then he heard Lorenz Rothvogel arrive and he hurried out like a little mouse. Ferric is so desperate to impress the abbot and nobles like Rothvogel, it's pathetic. You feign kindness to Father Abbot and our prior, only to speak about them like this behind their backs. It's shameful. Oh no, Baron Rothvogel, his manuscript. I just realised we want to see his manuscript. How silly of me, of course that's why he's visiting. Wouldn't want to waste all that great compost, I guess. Yeah, exactly, you know. The corpses are just lying there, you might as well make some apples out of them. Perhaps if you were younger and faster, you wouldn't need to worry so much about patrons' visits. Oh, I could be angry at him. Guy just seems... I mean, to be fair, Guy does seem like a prick. He's like, oh, if you were younger and faster. And it's like, well, I can't do anything about time. But maybe Guy, someday you will stand where Perry is, and the young monk will stand where you are now. Anyway, what's the problem? The Baron is just one client. He has to wait like everyone else. Andreas, Baron Rothgul is not like anyone else. He has powerful friends, including the Prince Bishop of Freisting. Kursau is already out of favour. Father Abbot doesn't want to have to deal with more attention. Well, if Prior Ferenc isn't here, I'm going to work on my masterpiece until he arrives. Oh, that's right. I need to reference the Inder Mao manuscript. What do you want, Andreas? A book. The Inder Mao manuscript. The Book of Hours. Your hair looks messy today. Did you get enough sleep? What do you mean? I mean, did you get enough sleep alone, or... Why do you want to know? It'd be nice to have something to think about during divine reading. Have you considered the Lord? Yeah, you really are a cloud on a sunny day, Andreas. Could I just get the book? That's all the way upstairs. Can't you get by without it? I'm sorry, but I really can't. I need to reference it for my work. Really? My feet hurt and the stairs are so steep. I'm just going to ask Illuminata to get it. Sister Illuminata! Andreas needs a book and he's being inappropriate with me. Andreas? I wasn't being inappropriate with her. Oh my, she's a perv. Yeah, these are nuns. Which is why I think I have to talk to them through the slot. Which isn't a euphemism. Assistant I'd like to borrow the Inder Mao manuscript of the Book of Hours. Yes, I overheard. Here, please return it promptly. Oh, we've got blue text. Okay, we don't check the glossary for blue text. John, stop typing. Text deleted. Although I will say, though, as far as euphemisms go, talking through the slot, that's not a bad one. That's quite poetic. Atreus, may I see how your masterpiece is coming? Of course, your opinion is always welcome. Oh, I'm quite good. Yes, the composition is lovely. There's a joyful spirit in your arrangement of the figures. The contrast of colours is also quite nice, rich and beautiful on their own, but not overpowering the scene. It doesn't feel right. I don't know why. It's an excellent interpretation of someone else's work. That's what clients want. What do you want? Where are you in this work? Oh, now we've got green text. So many different colours. It's a good thing I'm not colourblind. Otherwise, this might be going over my head. The perfect height for a glory hole slot. I wouldn't trust a glory hole slot that has a big metal, like, sliding, guillotine-esque door. I feel like that's asking for trouble. I didn't know there was room for me in here. That doesn't concern me. I want to do a good job. I want my clients to be satisfied. I didn't know there was room for me in here. It is inescapable. We all put ourselves into our work, whether we realise it or not. What does this painting represent? It's November. Oh, I'm making a calendar. Excellent. Like Pierre's giving me flashbacks to university. Yeah, he does remind me of my GCSE art teacher. In November, we show peasants leading the pigs into the forest to forage on acorns before the slaughter. Andreas, the peasants here are no longer allowed to forage acorns in the forests. Many great lords and abbots across the empire have forbidden it, even Father Gurno. What difference does it make? This is the way November is painted. But it is not the way November is. Art is illusion, storytelling, but in their most sublime form, whose images illuminate a path to truth. It's most important to me that their clients are happy. They won't pay me for truth. Yes, but with God's grace, this book of hours will outlive us all. Oh, the book of hours is a calendar. Okay, yeah, I am making a calendar. It's okay. You're not in France, are you? I don't quite know where we are. We're in Europe. That's as much as I'm willing to commit to. Somewhere in... We might be... I actually genuinely don't know. We might be in Germany somewhere, but I don't think Germany exists yet. So, like, Deutschland or whatever they call it. I don't know. I'm somewhere. You really don't need to worry about guillotines unless there's French people nearby. I'm just saying, the sliding metal door is guillotine-esque, and that's enough to stop me from sticking my cock in it. That's all I'm saying. What will it say to those who see it in a future generation, centuries beyond our comprehension? Will some gaze deep into your lines and paint to seek a deeper meaning? What will they find? But you need not listen to my opinions. They are just the thoughts of one old monk. There is no place for the monastic scriptoria anymore. In truth, this room is a place out of time. Does that make you sad? I admit I am still fond of the old styles of lettering and illumination, but even in my youth I knew it could not last. The creation of books, of art, is no longer the province of monasteries. So be it. We have a weird thing for cutting off body parts, especially heads, all sorts of heads. No head is men, women, children, dicks. No head is safe. Yeah, you did have, like, your last guillotining, like, disturbingly recently. It was, like, in the 70s or something. Worrying. Sorry, I mean, I missed your chat. Britain or Deacon? I don't know. Sorry, it was too long ago. I don't know what you're referencing at this point. More people will be able to write, more people will be able to read, and in doing so, be brought to the truth. Or make up their own lies. Do you think there's a danger in anyone being able to write, anyone being able to read anything? I think there will always be a place for artists like you, Brother Adok. Shut up, Guy. And Brother Guy. It's kind of you to say so, Andreas, but you need not be concerned for me. I have lived a long life and am happy to have served the Lord. When he calls for me, I am ready. Oh, GCSE art teachers. I don't remember. Just generally their kind of aura. Oh, where's the time gone? It's already terse. Too much talk. I must ask forgiveness for not honouring the rule. Until later, Andreas. Until later. Yeah. What's going on in here? Andreas, what was that noise? You're in Bavaria, so yeah, modern day Germany. Oh, okay. Bavaria is the word for northern. It feels Germanic, but like pre-Germany. Google then has a lot of talk about Nazis. I think we're safe from that. It's the 16th century, maybe. Sus. Yeah, he had the cipher thing that we found earlier. Oh, sorry, Sister Illuminato. I knocked a bowl of paint to the floor. But then Prior Ferenc came in, wrote in one of his books, slammed it closed, and left. He was in such a hurry, I don't think he even noticed me. Who was slamming books shut? Prior Ferenc should know better than that. Some of these manuscripts are quite delicate. He seemed to be in a great hurry. I think he is on edge since Baron Rothvogel arrived early. I just remember the voice I did for Illuminata. Which is why books should not be taken out of the library unless it is necessary for divine reading or work in the scriptorium. Are you still mad at me for borrowing the Chronica Clara? No, anger is not an appropriate response for a nun. I'm just seething. But the fact remains that you tricked me into giving you that book for no valid reason. Valid? Is it not valid to want to see the work of one of the great Irish scribes? One who wrote masterworks that even now grace libraries at Cologne, Fulda, and Mainz? No, it's not. Not unless it pertains to your work or the abbot permits it. Now, if you'll excuse me. Wait, what's all this fuss about Lorenz Rothvogel? Why is Prior Ferenc so nervous? Lorenz? I didn't know you were familiar enough with that man to use his Christian name. Anyway, I haven't dealt with him, personally, but the prior and father of Abbot have. I only know that he's purchased a number of our most valuable manuscripts over the years. And he paid enough to help the Abbey when we needed it. Like what? What did he buy? I can't remember. You know, I have my own responsibilities to attend to. How about this, Andreas? If you help me recover some missing books, I'll tell you what I know about the Baron. Oh, dang it, she's giving me a side quest. Of course, I'll help in any way I can. Thank you. It's for the good of the Abbey. Where should I begin? Out there, where you and your cohort have carelessly strewn books around the scriptorium. I will tell you what books I'm looking for, find them, and return them to me. The first books are 2 volumes of the Aeneid. Reddish covers, 14 inches by 10 inches, 3 inches thick. Oh, I know the ones. They're among Pierrot's favourites. He keeps them by my desk. They are not his to keep. Oh, these ones, I guess. Like the other sister better. The one who wanted to know how much sex you have. She was more funny. I told you so. She gave you a side quest. Yeah. There's a fair amount of wear on these. I hope you don't mind. Those volumes were old even when Pierrot started to make the copies. How long ago was that? 3 years. The Aeneid is not one of my favourite stories, but I understand why it appeals to Pierrot. Aeneas chose his duty to the gods over his lover, Dido. I wish I could remember a Dido song to make a reference at this point, but I can't. Do you think Aeneas' sense of duty appeals to Pierrot? We all have our vocations, brother. With avocations, Brother Piero takes his more seriously than most of the others in his abbey. You clearly take your chosen vocation seriously. Andreas, I didn't have a choice in my vocation. Few women do. Is it really that bad? Is being a woman that limiting? How would you know? True, she knows her life better than I do. Yes, good point. You're right, of course. I appreciate that you understand how limited our roles and our choices truly are. She was in Stan. Yeah, she was. I sort of vaguely remember sort of like the sound of Dido, but not any of the lyrics. Da 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 da. That's how her bit of the chorus went, wasn't it? Remember me. It's like that. Her tea went cold and she was wondering why. No, just stop. I'm pitch perfect. Shut up. Even in stories, we are maidens to be rescued and wed, cruel seducers of men or wizened crones. Like Dido, we ordinary women are merely tools in the tales of men. We can never be the protagonists of our own stories. No woman is exempt from that, from the compress to a nun. It is our lot. Oh, the empress to a nun. Sorry. I'm glad I chose the simple text, because I'm struggling with... Yeah, I'm glad I didn't choose the complicated text, because the simple text is throwing me off as it is. I suppose I understand now why you are not fond of the Aeneid. It's fine poetry for men. Now, the books, if you please. I like this, by the way. Like them having a discussion within the pages of the book. Thank you. Next, Wretched Guerin. This is a printed copy. Green cover, diamond pattern. I do not know the size in the ledger, but hopefully the description is enough. I know the one you're talking about. Brother Adok was reading it. The beauty of this book truly belies its ridiculous content. I'm surprised the Abbey owns a copy. We don't. It belongs to Amadeo Rusco of Lugano. It is a Venetian edition that's quite valuable. He loaned it to us 5 years ago. It was subsequently lost, and the abbot has received 3 letters about it. I've certainly seen the brothers enjoying it. The book is not appropriate reading for Benedictine monks. A baby is sold to pirates, raised to servant, then lives a life of adventuring, wooing princesses and fighting in tournaments. Oh, he sounds pretty badass. You forgot the best part. In the end, Guerin learns that he has royal blood, the son of a duke. He reigns as king and dies a pious hermit. What's not to love? Benedictine should be dreaming of reconciliation with our Lord, not lusty adventures. Yeah, I suppose you're right. He's better suited for knaves like me. It's not my place to reprimand anyone for reading stories, least of all you, Andreas. Still, we must be on guard. Fantasy leads to temptation. Temptation has led to the downfall of many men and women. Sometimes, yes, but books like this, it's all the same type of fantasy, isn't it? To die better than we are born. And what's the problem with that? Why shouldn't a peasant dream of being a king? There is neither Jew nor Greek, neither slave nor free, neither male nor female, for you are all one in Christ Jesus. We may be one in Christ, but we are not equal in this world. It isn't this world you should be concerned with, Andreas. But the books, Andreas, we must return it. Or would you like the abbot to receive a 4th letter? I hate to see the brothers disappointed, but I understand. It's not my goal to deprive the brothers of their joy, but to return Amadeo Rusco's property. Well, Amadeo Rusco shouldn't be worried about property in this world. He should be worried about property in there. The guillotine is open. For books! There is only one book left. Then you will be freed from bondage. A dark red cover, 8 inches high, 5 inches long, across, 2 inches thick. Oh, I remember that. I believe Brother Guy was reading it. Now that I think about it, Guy has always been guarded about this book, like he was hiding it. Very good. Please bring it here. What is this, anyway? Ah, it's in French. I can speak French. The soul that God touched, empty of sin in the first state of grace. What is this? Why are you asking me so many questions? Just give it to me. Why won't you tell me what this book is? Because it's a dangerous book, Andreas Mailer. One of the previous abbot tolerated in spite of a papal order to destroy it. 3 French bishops condemned the book. All copies were to be burnt. Its author shared the same fate. What? Why? I don't know, Andreas. It isn't my place to question the judgment of one bishop, much less 3. And before you ask, no, I haven't read it, but I know it contains a dialogue between love and reason. So the book is dangerous. When did the bishops condemn it? Whee! 200 years ago. What? Why? Why is it still here? Because Father Matthias loved books. All books. He didn't want to see it destroyed. I can sympathise with him. That's fine, but Father Matthias is gone. It's not my place to question the former abbot's decision, but when Father Gurno learned it was in our possession, he wanted it destroyed. Must the book be destroyed? No one even knows it's here. Well, I refuse to give it to you if all you're going to do is destroy it. What? Why not? What are you going to do with it? Read it and become a French heretic. She talks about inches a lot. Dandy said books can be destroyed. No, I just said the opposite. I just said that I wasn't going to give it to her if she was going to destroy it. What is it with Germans and burning books? I fear, unfortunately, it's Christians and burning books. Sometimes in this era. I'm not sure. I'll hide it. I'll keep it safe. Give me that book, or our deal is forfeit. I won't tell you anything about Baron Rothvogel. Oh. I will propose a compromise. I would take the book from the Abbey, far away. It'll be gone by the time Father Gurner asks about it, and if you like, you can say I stole it. I doubt he'll make a fuss about me stealing a book he wanted destroyed. I don't like this, Andreas. It feels wrong in my heart. Oh. Oh, this is a new mechanic. Okay. I swear I'll take it far away. It's been out here for years, and besides, how could you have stopped me? Okay, so I think that's I persuaded her. That's like I think the blue bar is like a progress bar on persuading. I'm pointing and it's getting in the way of my face detection. I think the blue bar is like a progress bar because it's got a tick in it, and because I've got an orator background and I offered to help illuminate her enthusiastically, that's what I did to convince her. So she's going to say yes. Success. I'm trusting you in this, Andreas, against my better judgment. Don't make me regret this. Yay, I saved some French heresy. And I got an achievement for the pleasure. Simple soul. Convince Illuminata to give you the French book. Yes, for the cheese and the baguettes. Is that what French heresy involves? Cheese and baguettes? Because I'm up for some French heresy. I have some cheese next to me right now. I had some cheese and crackers for lunch that I didn't finish, and the cheese is just waiting for me to finish it. Pretty sure we burnt our fair share at this time. Yeah, we were Christians. That's what I'm saying. You know, wasn't a German thing. It was just a Christian thing. Now then, Baron Rothvogel, quickly, though I need to finish up here soon. She may only have time to answer one question, so I should choose carefully. You mentioned found a copy of Historia Tasse. He said it had some scandalous details in it. seemed unusually friendly with me. I don't understand it, honestly. Let's just go with that one. The Baron is quite wealthy, quite educated, and he loves fine art. I think it's clear why he enjoys your company. Most of his peers don't share his passion for modern thinking, nor are they as interested in art. You're a rare thing, Andreas Mailer, an artist with a university education. You may not be of high birth, but whatever the Baron's fault may be, he chooses to fraternize with common people. Sometimes with unpleasant consequences. Did something happen? Someone in the Abbey? Yes, but I can't say anything more than that. It was a tragic affair. No one at the Abbey wanted to deal with it then, and certainly no one wants to dig up the past now. Should I be concerned for my safety, sister? I can't say. I don't know Baron Rothvogel much more than you do, Andreas. But there is an inherent danger to walking in the shadow of a powerful man. Just be careful. Well, I must go to Mass. Thank you again for your help, Andreas. Wait, how will you get to the church if you can't enter the scriptorium? I thought this was the only door into the library. We are standing in the oldest part of the Abbey, and like any old place, it has its share of secrets. Good day, Andreas. God be with you. Ah, I like Illuminata. Sext! That's the bell for Sext. The brothers will be sitting down for dinner soon. I should go see if Otto is around and still wants to eat with me. I think he's working by the guest house below the Abbey. I want to check this book out, though. What Prior Ferenc was doing with this book? I got cheese. Hooray for pregnancy snacks. I mean, cheese is just a Christmas snack. I mean, it's just... if you don't have cheese in your house at Christmas, you're not doing Christmas right. Baron doesn't sound that bad. I mean, he did... Apparently something terrible happened, so, I mean, depending on what that terrible thing is, he could be awful. An artist with university educations, right? Awful people. Awful people. From the Library of University of Five Churches, the Hungarians call it PEX. That's where Ferenc is from. Doctor of Theology, George of Gran. Did Ferenc steal this? Ah, the Speculum Astronomiae. Albertus Magnus' Defense of Astrology. Bastard script. Burgundian, Flemish, not from here, not recently. I don't know what I'm doing. That's definitely Ferenc's handwriting, between the lines and in the margins. Is he notating the text for the university in PEX? Is he noting the text for personal use? Is he noting the text for the benefit of future readers? In any case, it's a thorough commentary. Not when you're pregnant, tiny cheeses every day. I only spoke Latin. No, I don't speak Latin. I can speak French and Dutch were the two languages I chose. What's this? It looks scribbled, not like Ferenc to be so sloppy, and he'd even blot the ink dry. Oh, if only I spoke Latin. I see what you mean. I know of an artist with a university education. What was his name again? Alan Smitler. Something. Awful guy. Yeah, like I said, terrible people. Terrible people. Libra, Capricorn, Aries, all astrological symbols. What's written below? Maybe I should have learned Greek at some point. I can't make any sense of this. Wait. The Volvel I also found has Greek letters on it. They must be connected, but how? The outer ring of the Volvel is marked with alchemical symbols, but this cipher has astrological symbols. Wait, of course. Each astrological symbol is associated with one of the four elements. I just need to make those associations on the Volvel, and I should be able to solve this cipher. So do I need to go and grab the cipher? Where was it? Now that I know the connections between the astrological symbols on the cipher, and the element was on the volval. Ferenc's note should be easy to decipher. But I can't speak Greek, so... Okay. Poor buggers. You normally find them crowded around fire barrels, taking it in turns to burn their degrees. Yeah. Or pretending to be... Actually, I don't think these are university-educated artists, but I just want to gripe about the... There's a certain type of spam account that follows me on Twitter. Like, every so often, whenever I post a link to a Twitch stream, I'll get a couple follow me, and they've all got, like, professional graphic artist or professional illustrator or whatever in their bio. And they've all got the exact same, like... There's two kinds. There's ones that have either got the exact same kind of, like, I don't know, clip art style logos, or they've got pictures of just, like, straight up other, like, VTubers or anime pictures, and they've just put picture taken from the web for reference, and then, like, and then, like, a load of hashtags. And it's just, it's very clearly a scam. But his weirdest thing is there are people behind it, because I had one in chat who was trying to get me to, who was offering to do my panels for Twitch. And then I checked their account, and they were one of them. And I was like, so there must be people behind these accounts. They're not just bots. Anyway, we have to do it. We have to solve this thing. I have no idea what I'm doing. Okay. So... This is... air. Oh, okay. So yeah. So the top symbol is the element. The bottom symbol is the symbol on the cipher. So then it's H. So then this is Earth. Then this is fire. Oh, this isn't actually that difficult. If I'm right. This is water. This is fire again. This is air. This is earth. Earth. Water. Hi, Gerhard. Okay. Gerhard is in the late brother Gerhard. Yes, it can't be a coincidence. Hi, Gerhard. Brother Gerhard died sometime last year. How does this connect to him? Did he use his name for an abbreviation? Why his name? Is it an anagram using Gerhard's name? Did he use his name for an abbreviation? There's a lot of letters for an abbreviation. Okay. A cipher inside of a cipher, perhaps? I don't know. Let me think. Alright. Is it an anagram? Harried, hardier? Where does the G go? God, I'm sure Adoc would know. Maybe it's not an anagram. Let me think. Why his name? And why Hi Gerhard? Dutch? No, not Flemish or French. Let me think. Wait, maybe it's an abbreviation and a name. Gerhard is the name. What's Hi? Hard Ignota? No. Hink Eli Lacrime? Oh my god, it's so much simpler. Hic Iat, here lies. Here lies Gerhard. What's the significance? I suppose I should find where Gerhard is buried. The Abbey Cemetery seems like a good place to start. I've solved it. Like a record baby. Oh, because I spun it right round. To the cemetery, then. So it says hi to a dead man. It would be great if it turns out it is just some scribble and it's like Gerhard was ear, and it's like, oh, maybe it's an acronym, maybe it's an anagram. Ferric cipher pointed here, but I don't see anything out of the ordinary. For all the achievements of song lyrics, you are screwed. I don't know that they're not. Monument to the founder of the Abbey. It's fairly recent. The funds were donated by her descendants. Cool, that's pretty metal. It's just a big skeleton. So is that it? Am I just done for now? I mean, I guess I am just randomly solving a puzzle. Let's go read the book. I'm just going to check the book again, I guess, and see if maybe there's another. Nope, can't check the book again. Well then, I guess I shall head to church. All right. Well, I have that information for later. Maybe that will become clear later. I need to go and find Otto. Oh, it's Martin. This was the little shit kid from earlier. Go away, Andreas. Can't you see I'm busy? You know, if you're looking to pilfer from the Baron, I recommend smaller valuables. What? What are you talking about? I'm not. Remember the Baron wouldn't keep his riches on the first floor. You shouldn't be standing out here, though. It's far too obvious. Is it? I mean, be quiet. I'm not doing anything. It's been a busy day. I'm having a break, enjoying the sun, nothing more. Understood, Marden. Go away, Andreas. I can give you a cut of the sale if you just stop talking and get lost. I don't need your money, but thank you for the offer. I'll leave you to it. Yes, please go away. Address Otto. It's just, I agreed to have lunch after the Vespers. I don't know. They use a lot of words that I don't understand. Oh, the crypt. Crypts might have a different Gerhard body down there. Yeah, you're right. I should maybe check the crypt. Okay, I'll check it as soon as it lets me. Good day, Master Mailer. Oh, dang it. I leant forward. Unplugged my controller. Ah, Andreas, good to see you. I trust Clara gave you my message. Afternoon, Andres. Otto, Clara did give me your message. Sorry I missed you this morning. I was still asleep when you came by. Ah, the Abbot doesn't really let you get away with anything, does it? The Abbot really doesn't let you get away with anything, doesn't he? Even be, Otto. I'm hungry. Let's pray. Bless us, O Lord, in these your gifts which we're about to receive from your bounty. It's cheese! Through Christ our Lord. Amen. 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 How did the morning treat you? Not too bad, thanks. I hurt my damned hand splitting timber to replace a bad beam in the Abbot's house. Yum, 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 yum. It's not that bad of an injury. It just galls me that the Abbot bled us dry and we're expected to do work for him when it suits him. I want to eat the rest of the cheese. Oh, it's not all that bad. If I get a lot of good work from the Abbey. Casting pilgrims' badges isn't really smithing, but I don't mind. Anyway, I saw you walking with that Baron Rothvogel in the meadow on your way up here. What's that all about? As far as I can tell, he's come to terrorize the people of Tassing and Kessa. I think he may be here to pressure Brother Piero to finish the manuscript he's working on. I don't like the idea of Piero being pressured by anyone. He's too old for that. He's a nobleman. Everything must happen on their time. Just like with the abbot, his work always comes first, and damn the common folk. Well, this abbot, anyway, Father Matthias, was more reasonable. The late abbot was well acquainted with the Baron, you know, but he always had misgivings about him. He does seem like he has an unsavory side to him. You've got that right. He's been known to fool around with young women. He's married, of course. Oh no, that's only gossip, and it isn't Christian to spread rumours like that. It's not gossip that he beat up that farmer a few years back. Old Rannig, may he rest in peace. Well, I wasn't there, so I don't know it. But if he did that, yes, it speaks poorly of his character. Yes. I mean, I beat people up. A long conversation way up here, but he didn't mention anything about that. You beat someone. That doesn't seem like the sort of thing you would do. Yes, it does. What do you talk about, then? I mean, no offence, but what does a nobleman have in common with an artist? Talking about my work, he's fascinated by both books and arts. Martin Luther, my time at university, various other things. He's quite well educated. He could sense my inherent moral quality, Otto. Yeah, we talked about Martin Luther. Sure, I imagine you have a lot of time to read when you don't have to worry where your next meal is going to come from. This bitterness and envy are not good for our Christian souls, Otto. It's not envy, Endris. No one should get away with what he does, what this abbey does. No offence to you, Andreas. I don't have any problem with the books the abbey makes. I mean, I never did learn to read, but if people are paying the abbey to make them, it doesn't bother me. So, the time when this is happening, how young are these young women? Let's not question. Let's not question unless it becomes relevant to the plot. No, I understand. I see why people resent the abbot's rule. He's a harsh lord. I think you're being unfair. The abbey does Tassing a lot of good, more than you realise. No, I understand. I see you resent the abbot's rule. He's a harsh lord. Do you see that? The Bower's sheep escaped from the grazing fields again. No, but I'm not surprised. Martin was supposed to fix that fence, and he probably did a bad job at it. He's always in a foul mood, and he could be the laziest soul in Tassing. He can't even hold a hammer properly. Married and a father at such a young age, and he barely lifts a finger for his wife or child. On top of that, he's a damn thief. And before you say that, that's more than just gossip. Look at him, over by the guest house. He's probably figuring out what he can steal with the least amount of effort. He's a born shirker, sure enough. I know one when I see one. Yeah, especially when you look in a mirror. Speaking of the Bower's sheep, their ewes are shorn and the women will be spinning it soon, Otto. I got it, Edris. No need to tease. What God wants to happen will happen. I don't think I'll let that book go anymore. I thought he was a kid. I think he's short. But I think he's kind of he's a young man. Looks like the storm's coming. We should probably get back to it. Right, I'll catch up in a moment, Endris. Andreas, say hello to Eva for me if you get a chance. Of course. I should return to work in the scriptorium. Until later. Time to get back to work. Bye, mine. Right, I'll go check the crypt before I go back to work. He's not that... Well, he is kind of short. I don't know who I don't know who these people are, but I like the little child in the middle with the hat, with the big hat. Oh, God bless you, Andreas. Hello, Brother Matthew. What are you doing out here? I thought you were aware that in addition to my role as Kersar Sacrist, I tend to the shrine of St. Moritz. He is the patron of Tassing and Kherson both, so it's my duty to ensure his reliquary is well cared for. The shrine is always beautifully kept when I visit. I always feel inspired. The martyrdom of St. Moritz provides inspiration to us all. You're familiar with the life of St. Moritz, are you not? I'm afraid I know. Well, you ought to learn something about Tassing's patron saint while you're here. By all means. St. Moritz is most widely known for his martyrdom at the hands of the Romans. He protected a town of Christians from slaughter, and in turn, he and his legion were decimated. Look at this smug guy on the left. He's just like, well, okay, I'll just stand here and wait in the rain. What do you mean his legion? Wouldn't that mean he was a Roman soldier? Yes, he was a Roman citizen and led a legion made up entirely of Christians into Bavaria. When he refused to kill the Christians, even though they were traitors to Rome, the emperor had his legion massacred. Most of the pilgrims who visit come knowing only this, if anything, about his life. However, Tassing venerates St. Moritz because he was the one to convert the town and save it from destruction. St. Moritz came here. Indeed, he and his legion were snowed into this pass, and the townsfolk refused to aid them. The daughter of the town's leader, Satia, was moved in spirit and snuck from the town to convert. She led Moritz to a spring, and as soon as she was baptized, the snow melted, revealing all manner of fruits. Moritz and his legion were saved by these miraculous gifts. The town was converted, and the rebels fled into the mountains. So how did Moritz's hand end up in Tassing? The Roman soldiers dismembered St. Moritz for fear he would resurrect like Christ. The Christians of the town fled with his body, so they would not be further desecrated, and his hand was preserved here. Huh. I see the mysteries of our saints have overwhelmed your intellect. Many are affected so. God bless you. Until later, brother. That would be my general response. Be like, huh. Fair enough. Sex time over already. I know. All the ever 14 RP people going back home. Honestly, life in medieval Europe doesn't seem so bad. Plenty of fresh air. Do a bit of drawing, get some more air, chat to the locals, flirt with some nuns, more fresh air. I mean, when you idolise it, but you also got to remember, you say fresh air, none of these people bathe. None of these people, soap hasn't been invented yet, they don't know what disease is. They haven't invented, they bathe maybe like once a year. Imagine the smell. It's just constant BO all the time. Plus, you nick yourself on a tree and you die of infection because there's no penicillin. You have to have 20 children in the hopes that 18, the hopes that 2 of them survive. It's lovely when, you see a period play on TV, but the reality of it would be horrible. No soda, no pizza, no poutine. No, I know. Cheese would only be... I suppose the peasants had access to cheese, so that'd be one thing. All right, Carl. Oh. Hello, Andreas. Hello, Carl. You seem busier than usual today. I'm behind on my work. I went up to the shrine of St. Moritz this morning to pray for his aid. A candle I lit had all but burned away. I was there so long, now I need to catch up. Your dedication to St. Moritz is impressive. Oh, well, truth be told, I only started going to the shrine more often when Helena became pregnant. Her mother had trouble in childbirth, so I've been paying visits to Maritz's hand and Satya's shrine to pray for their aid. I hope the saints hear your prayers. Thank you, Andreas, so do I. Oh, okay, I was going to explain who that troop of children were behind him, but that's fine, we can figure that out later. Look at this villain. Good day, Andreas. Okay. Animal pens. Where was the crypt? I had to go into the church, didn't I? Oh yeah, poutine's delicious sounding. I've never had it before. I've had chips with gravy, but... The foundation of the abbey were built when the Romans occupied this land, not long after the death of Christ. These 2 markers go back centuries, all the way to the founding of the abbey. Abbot Dietrich, from the height of Kearsar's power in the 14th century, those days are long past. A lovely relief of the Virgin and Child. Shame it's hidden down here. That was it! I got an achievement for clicking on the key. Find the secret door to the library. Now what? Huh, a secret entrance to the library. I'll have to remember this. Okay, so that didn't have anything to do... I mean, we got an achievement, so great. But that wasn't anything to do with the cipher that we solved earlier. It's not normal gravy, it's a specific type of cheese curd, so it's hard to explain unless you taste it. I mean, yeah, it sounds delicious. It's one of those things where... Yeah, just the concept of it sounds... delightful. You know, there are some foods where it's like you have to really sell it to people in order to get it. Like parsnips. Brother Adok, this work, I don't know where to start. Inconsistent spacing, rough strokes. You're working like you want to see this place closed. Brother Prior, I am working to the best of my abilities, and I dispute your criticism. I may not be fast, but I still have my talent. Praise be to God. And Brother Guy, why are you still on this page? What's wrong with you? Normally you're so reliable. Many apologies, Brother Prior. I will work harder. Piero, I can't believe this. Baron Rothvogel has come to check on his progress, and this is all you have. You should have finished this months ago. Is your mind so corrupted by age that you didn't notice the seasons have changed? Well, you're not the one who would have to answer for it, so why should you care? Typical. Do I want to be angry or passive-aggressive? Extremely unhealthy but addicting. Fake poutine using American cheese instead of curds. And the idea makes me gag. Yeah, using American cheese for anything other than burgers. On burgers, American cheese is great. But anything else... Yeah, not a fan. Not a fan. Excuse me, Prior Fennec, I believe your point is made. Andreas, I will remind you that I am the master of the scriptorium, and you are a guest here. I agree, Brother Prior. Brother Piero's work is unacceptably slow. You're insufferable, Brother Guy. Oh, God, give me the patience to... Oh, no, that's not his voice. You're insufferable, Brother Guy. Oh, God, give me the patience to endure this. Please, everyone, this is my work, and I accept responsibility for it. Prior Ferenc is right. Oh, Prior Ferenc, is this mine? It must be, yes? It is, my lord. I can explain. No, I don't want excuses. I've come all this way, and I have to be honest. I expected more. It's nowhere near finished, and the style is... Well, it's very old-fashioned, and I thought I made my desires clear. I feel like my generosity towards Kirsan is being taken advantage of. Am I the fool in this sad story? Who's Gurno? Oh, is that the priest at the back here? Oh, no, of course not, my lord. Never. We can fix this, of course. We only want to accommodate you. Ah, Andreas, good to see you again. Oh. How should I respond? The abbot already seems annoyed. So, I guess there's no harm in annoying him further. Greet him with his Christian name. Your brothers and comrades and art. I think the jester is Chaos. And she's like... politeness, I guess, and he's kind of reason. American cheese has its uses, but poutine is a 3-ingredient dish. Using some cheap substitute for any of the 3 ingredients makes a massive difference. No, I agree with you. Like I said, I think American cheese is great on burgers, but outside of that, I wouldn't really want to use it for anything else, to be honest. I wouldn't dream of using American cheese on crackers. That'd be awful. I kind of want to rock the boat, but at the same time, it's like... I don't know if this is the kind of game where if I'm too rebellious, I could get hung. Like, he might just order my execution. He has the power. But do I rock the boat? Do I want to associate myself with this villain? I mean, we're already friends. And he might be upset if I don't. I'm going to go Chaos. True or men are equal in Christ, are we not? Good to see you, Lorenz. My lord, if you please. Father Gurno, why not have Andreas complete the rest of the illustrations? He's clearly capable. Oh, well, my lord, why not have Brother Guy completed if speed is your concern? No, I'm not talking about the script, that's fine, but the art, the illustrations. I want Andreas to do the others. Of course. I mean, if Andreas is all right with it. And apparently using his Christian name just annoyed him, so... I don't think that Ritz crackers are crinkled edges so you can cut the thin cheese slices in half. Mind blown. Oh. That'd be some very thin cheese, though. Or burned, or guillotined. Hanging isn't the worst they can do to someone who annoys the church. But the point is, they'd kill me. But, you know, I've done it now. If it takes pressure off Brother Piero, I think is probably the most kind of diplomatic answer. But I am trying to finish my masterpiece. But, yeah, I'll help Brother Piero out. There we have it. I hope this allays your concerns, my lord. Excellent. By the way, Father Abbot, I am still welcome at your table for supper? Naturally, my lord. Wonderful. I'd like Andreas to join us. My lord, I've already made supper plans with the Drucker family in town. Nonsense. You can eat with them any day. I'm only here for the evening. Well, Father? Well, that would be quite unusual. Yeah, unusual or not, I doubt my good friend the Prince Bishop would deny additional guests at his table. What do you think? I understand. Yes, you're right. Of course, Andreas may join us for supper. I look forward to it. You had this planned. You must have put your hook in the Baron this morning when you ambushed him in town. Why are you mad at me? I'm trying to help. Brother Prior, Andreas is not to blame for any of this. I am. Yes, you are, and you've embarrassed me, the Abbot, and the Abbey. Prior Ferric is right, of course. No wonder we don't get more commissions. Can't you stop flattering the Prior for 1 minute? If anyone is the embarrassment here, it's you, Ferenc. Screw it. Brothers! If you please, Sister I'm gonna assume it's a silent Z. Sister Dina and I would prefer it if you could keep the noise down. It sounds like Samson slaying the Philistines in there. Of course. Go back to work, everyone. Well, that was not wonderful, but there's nothing to be done about it now. I'll finish my work here and wash up in the lavatorium for supper at the abbot's table. Should I at least let the Druckers know that I'm not coming to their meal? I feel like I should at least go down to town and tell them. Otherwise, it's rude of me. The other two are kind of passive-aggressive. He says, "What do you think?" a lot. Doesn't seem to want to know what they think, though. Yeah, he wants to know if what they think is right, or if he needs to keep talking till they agree. It seems like a very tense situation in the scriptorium. I'm going to just quickly jog to town, let the Druckers know I'm not going to be here for dinner. Can't go in the Abbot house. Martin's still hanging out at the... Irises, beautiful. Hey, Till. Hello, Master Mayor. Hello, Till. Have you ever seen a nicer view? Don't get sights like this in the cities, I expect. Can't say that Nuremberg has many Roman ruins, no. Oh yes, Tassin's full of them. Quite the marvels they are. I don't pay much mind to the writing on them, as I can't read Latin myself, but you might enjoy giving them a look. If you do, you'll have to tell me if they match the old legends I read about. What sort of old legends? Well, when Father Matthias was abbot, he would let me borrow books from the abbey's library. I think I read through half of that library before Father Gernot became abbot. He and Father Thomas are strict about which books should be read now. Books should glorify God, they say, not discuss the old pagan ways. Still, the accounts of the Romans in Tassin are my favourite. That old book talks about how the Roman knight Gaius Metellius defeated the, Rieti, I think it was. Heavy snowfall had been caught in this very valley. Barbarians on all sides when Mars sent a wolf to the night. Instead of killing the beast, Gaius followed it into a magical spring with trees covered in all sorts of fruits. Mars provided the wolf in the spring, and Gaius Metellus founded Tassin after defeating the barbarians to honour Mars. That's where all this came from. Hey, salutations, Artemis. Welcome to the chat. Welcome to the stream. I'm trying to navigate a 16th century dinner at the moment. That sounds a lot like the story Brother Matthew told me about St. Moritz, without the Roman gods, of course. I hadn't thought of that. Both were snowed into this valley, weren't they? And saved near a spring. I wonder if it's the same story. Oh, I don't know about all that, Master Mailer. A lot of stories get mixed up over the years. Might be all fable, but I enjoy the story all the same. It's nice to feel you're connected to those who came before you, even if it's only by the land you live on. Wise words, I feel the same. It's been good chatting with you, Master Mailer, but I'd better get back to work. Let me know if you find any particularly good books in that library, alright? I will. Until later, Till. Do you want this book on French blasphemy that I've picked up? It's quite the read, and I was told to get rid of it. So the Druckers were the Drucker house. Oh. Can I not at least tell the Druckers that I'm not coming? I guess I could deliver the money to the Gertners. Sorry, I accidentally walked in and walked back out again. Oh, hello, Andreas. Hello, Clara, I have something for you. Oh? This should be enough to pay my rent and the tax you owe the Abbey. Andreas, this is far more than your rent payment. We can't accept this. It's the least I can do. You and Peter have been such gracious hosts. But Andreas, how did you even find so much coin? Are you sure you'll have enough to spare for yourself? I convinced Brother Matthew to pay me a bit early. I wanted to be sure you could pay your taxes in time. God bless you 1,000 times, Andreas. We don't know what this means to us. I'm happy to help, Clara. It's the Christian thing to do. You're a good man, Andreas. Thank you. I'll let you move on with your day. God bless you. Until later. Boom. Didn't get an achievement for that, though. You would have thought completing a side quest would have been achievement worthy. Right. I need to... Who are the Druckers? This is not the right button. Hang on. Move onto people. There we go. Klaus Drucker. Bertold Drucker. I'm looking for the Druckers. Okay. So Bertrude... Sorry, Berthold Drucker. Son of Klaus and Mary Drucker. I haven't met Mary yet. Well, I think I'm just going to have to be rude then. I tried my best to let the Druckers know that I wasn't coming to dinner. Yep. Alright, I tried. Oh. And there's a lot of places I haven't been to yet. But I feel like this is the kind of game where you could lose a lot of time by exploring if you really wanted to. Yeah, no one's looking after you. Think there'd be someone on guard in the shrine in case someone tries to steal the hand? Anyway, let's go to... I can get into the sacristy now. Is this where the dinner is? Monstrance, chalice, patterns, salborn, and purificator. Almost everything you need for mass other than the host. Probably where the funds of the abbey are stored, the sacristy is also the treasury. The armoires hold all of the vestments Father Gurnett and Brother Matthew used during mass. Ah, so if I hadn't gotten the money, if I hadn't got paid early, I think I could steal the money from that room. Because I did mention potentially stealing money from there. I should wash my hands in the courtyards. Ah, in the lavatorium. Oh, Andreas, I'm so glad you'll be joining us for supper, though the circumstances are unusual, to be sure. I won't be able to speak with you, none of the brothers will, but it would be good to have you with us. That's a shame, I always enjoy our talks. Now, the same doesn't apply to you at the Abbot's table, you can talk all you like. Though I wouldn't recommend it. Father Abbot does not look kindly on idle chatter. I wish you could deserve my place, Brother Piero. You deserve the honour. Anyway, I'm sorry at how the prior treated you. It's not fair, it's humiliating. Oh, no, my son. There's no need to worry about me or my pride. We all need a taste of humility from time to time to keep our feet on this earth. No, Andreas, you are my pride. I cannot claim to have taught you much, but I am proud to have known you and your work. And when you leave, all of us at Kiersau, Abbey behind, you can call upon your friend Lorenz, the Baron Rothvogel, to help you in your career. There's nothing wrong with your style. It's not old just because a nobleman says so. Don't trouble yourself over it. Time passes for us all. Things change. The future will right over the present. You need not fear it, any of it, so long as you remain true to yourself and God. I know that at some point there's a murder mystery that needs to be solved. And I really hope it's not Piero as the one that dies. No worries, Strauss. Enjoy your walk. I feel like I should at least play until I see the murder mystery that this game is supposedly revolves around. Because we've been going for a while and no one's died yet. Alright, let's go for our very awkward dinner with the with everyone else. Andreas, glad you could join us. Thank you, my lord. Father Gurno, Father Thomas, Prior Ferenc. Simon Peter answered, "You are the Messiah, the Son of the living God." Oh, the Gospel of Matthew, wonderful. Jesus replied, "Blessed are you, Simon, son of Jonah, for this was not revealed to you by flesh and blood, but by my Father in heaven. And I tell you that you are Peter, and on this rock I will build my church, and the gates of Hades will not overcome it." Have you read Matthew much, Andreas? Godhead. I will give you the keys of the kingdom of heaven. Whatever you bind on earth will be bound in heaven, and whatever you loose on earth will be loosed in heaven. Then he ordered his disciples not to tell anyone that he was the Messiah. Whatever you bind on earth will be bound in heaven. That reminds me, Father Gurno, have you read anything by Martin Luther? I can't say that I have. He has some incredible ideas about the church. Brilliant, I think. My lord, is the meal to your liking? I believe I remember you enjoying our quail on your last visit. The quail? My God, Father Abbot, the quail's fine, but don't you think that Luther's ideas are worth discussing? He is talking about the future of the church, shaking things up in a way I don't think we've seen before. Father Thomas, you see value in his ideas, do you not? My lord, I don't know who Thomas. I don't know we've met Thomas yet. My lord, I mean no offence, but I do not. Brother Matthew, yes, how appropriate. What were your thoughts on Luther's attacks on the church's sale of indulgences? Baron, please don't involve the other brothers in this conversation. Fine. What about Andreas? Certainly a man who attended the same university as Martin Luther can spare some thoughts on his work. He's really put me in a difficult position. Why not join in a debate? It may bring everyone closer to understanding truth. It'd be wise to defer to the abbot's authority and decline. To hell with the abbot. If he can't handle a little criticism, he's fit to sit at the fancy table. That's my chaos jester. I need to be quiet. I don't know what else to do. The problem is, I think I answered this question earlier, and I can't remember what I said. I think I said I agreed. And now I don't remember what I... I should probably... There's a lot of people glaring. Or looking worried. I'm looking at my brothers on the lower table. And they look concerned. Just hang on. Let me think on this for a little bit longer. Screw it. That doesn't seem like the most prudent attitude at the moment. Okay, I guess we'll use my ability as a. Yeah. We'll use my ability as an orator to read the room. I must respect Father Abbott's wishes at the table. It too, Andreas. I expected more of you. Enough. Lord Rothgogel, you are our guest and held in high esteem, but you have worn out my patience. You will not be discussing Luther's works with Andreas, Thomas, Matthew, or with any other brother. Is that clear? I suppose, Father, it is your abbey, but you're taking too much offence at this, and you're far too afraid of change. Whether it's from Luther or someone else, reform is coming to the church. You had better accept it. What? Neither you nor Martin Luther dictate change of the Holy Church on their whim. This talk is beyond insulting. It's blasphemous, outrageous. How dare you? I see. I have overstepped my bounds, and I suppose I have ruined everyone's supper. My apologies. In spite of this unpleasantness, I will make good on my manuscript payment and the donation of my copy of Historia Taciae. If you cannot accept what the future will bring, perhaps it is time for you to come to terms with your past. Well, no need to overstay my welcome, fathers, brothers, Andreas. Good night. I wonder if the counts... I wonder if the Baron's going to be the one who dies. And then it's like, oh, look at all these people who hated him. Thank you, Andreas, for not letting him engage you in his debate. No good would come of it. Now then, I must ask you to leave so I can speak to the brothers in chapter privately. Brother Piero, please accompany Andreas out. I will take my leave as well. Good night. Don't worry about Father Gono and the Baron. I'm sure it'll all be fine by morning. I hope Father Abbott can see that the Baron's heart is in the right place, even if he picked the wrong time to express himself. I think the Baron should apologise if he wants to be forgiven. Crazy notion, that. Think on Matthew, Andreas. Our forgiveness should come like God's love, freely, without condition. But in any case, I do hope the Baron respects the Abbot's wishes for the rest of his stay, for everyone's sake. Brother Pierre, what do you think of Martin Luther's ideas? That's for younger and wiser men than me to decide. I am just a monk, thank God. Good night, my son. All right. Well, I didn't technically get a chance to eat. I should get some sleep. So can I still go and have supper with my everyone's locked now. Can I still go and have supper with my friend Drucker? There's a lamp still burning in the guest house. Lorenz must still be awake. I wonder how he's doing. And what was he thinking? He's a baron, but he couldn't have expected that to go well. The storm doesn't seem to be letting up anytime soon. A poor night for stargazing. I should get back to the Gärtners. Yeah, I reckon the Baron's gonna get... I'm gonna wake up in the morning and the Baron's gonna have been murdered. Huh? Huh? Are you alright, Master Mailer? Did you see that in the aqueduct? The ghost? Maybe? Could be a Roman. Maybe even an old pagan. Wouldn't be the first time people have seen ghosts around these parts. I don't think it was a ghost. Fair enough. Well, I think I found Johan's last lost sheep. I'm going to head home. Take care, Master Mailer. You too. Irises. All right. So we've got a ghost in the aqueduct. Can I go to the aqueduct? I can. Child's drawings. I wonder who the artist is. Collapse. This one's allowed access to the aqueduct. Okay, so I can kind of go near the aqueduct, but not actually to the aqueduct itself. Oh, isn't a dog? Hello, Staub. Ah, who's a good boy? Who's a good boy? Glass windows, probably made in the Low Countries. Okay, that's my knowledge of the Low Countries. Ah, no! Pale horse, still on the floor! Hello, you alright in there? Martin... No, Mattins, the pale horse, death! Sister, listen to my voice. Do you hear me? Do you hear me? Yes. Yes, Father, I hear you. Am I here? Is this now? Yes, you are with us, and this is now. Is she stoned, Father? I apologise, Andres. I imagine that must have been quite alarming. Is she all right? Yeah, she is, yes. Sister Amelie is a mystic, gifted with visions when God sees fit to give her one. Some are more frightening than others. How long has she been here? She's been sealed in the cells next to the church for almost 10 years now. If you came to Mass more often, you would see that I give her communion through a window to her cell. Her cell? She is an anchoress, a religious hermit so devout to God that she has enclosed herself in a cell next to the church. She is dead to the world, but continues a life of prayer and religious contemplation. And sometimes, ever so rarely, she receives great and terrible visions. Is she local to Tassing, or was she a nun in Kerso? Neither. She came here from the Benedictine Abbey in Lower Bavaria after it burned down. I am a confessor and caretaker. Many anchoresses are not literate. I write down her visions to help interpret them. I thought all the monks and nuns at Cursa could read, even poor brother Volk, but... Thank you, Father. Thank you, Father Thomas. I must rest now. Of course, sister. It sounds like she's in a great deal of pain. She is. She feels a pain that is both physical and spiritual. Her spiritual pain comes from her revelations. They come and go. I try to address them as best I can. The physical pain comes from a deformity in her spine and aching in her joints. I know of no cure for that, save prayer to the Almighty. Sister Amelie was saying she had a vision of death. Could someone be in danger? Oh no, don't rush to judgment. Her visions are divine and powerful, but they could have many meanings. Some of her revelations take years to comprehend. Some may never be understood at all, as God wills it. So basically, you have no idea how accurate she is or whether she's even telling the truth. It's just occasionally she says a thing that you can sometimes apply to something that happened. Great. That's like friggin' magic 8-ball accuracy right there. Still, the argument at dinner was quite troubling. Perhaps it has cast a shadow over our thoughts. Now then, a good sister appears to have fallen back to sleep. I must prepare for bed myself. Good night, Andreas. A good night, Father. Well, I'm sure that premonition of death won't come to anything. Can I... There was a pub over here, wasn't there? Or was this a bakery? That's a bakery. Is there a pub? Am I allowed to go drinking? Damn it. I keep leaning forward and unplugging. The battery on this controller's gone. I keep leaning forward and tapping the wire. More ruins. I wonder if they're from the old Roman colony. Stoll's house. Tassing was lucky to have so much wound ward growing naturally. I had to buy it back in Nuremberg. I bet at some point there's going to be like a quest to go and find some herbs for... Put together some maybe like painkiller for the sister. Oh, it's another cat. Hi, Schlau. I wonder if there's an achievement for petting every animal in the town. All right. I don't think there's much benefit in exploring the town at this point. So let's go home. Well, they are snug as a bug in a rug, aren't they? I really should clean this up. If I just left this candle, that's a good candle. I left that burning all day. It's getting late. I should get some rest. Oh, look at my little hat. Now, I slipped all the way through Matins and Louds. Right the way through to Prime. Oh, Ursula's sad. Ah! Shh, it's alright, Ursula. Good morning, do you need any help with Ursula? No, a little crying won't hurt her. Besides, I think we've gotten almost all the leaks now. Ursula is my first child, and she's been a handful, but I think I have the hang of it now. Big Jorg has been a godsend. He helped Christine and ate with Ava when she was a baby. I never took you for a family man, Andreas. Oh, not yet, I just wanted to be helpful. I have 2 older brothers, both married, so there are plenty of nieces and nephews for me to play uncle to. Let's go for that one. I appreciate the offer. You will make a fine husband someday, Andreas. Oh, when will this storm let up? It's been going all morning. Peter and Jorg are outside trying to deal with the flooding as best they can. Oh, I hope everything's alright. Is the farm in danger? There's always a danger with this much rain, but we've lived through worse. Whatever happens, it will be as God wills it. We must have faith in Providence and endure what is to come. Oh, I have some food for you. Ah, excellent. I've smushed it flat and put it in an envelope for you. Here, sorry I couldn't prepare anything more. Didn't Otto ask me to say hello? He's probably courting her. So what? They're not married yet, and are they? And neither are you. Why not test the waters? No, bros before bros before hoes. They'd probably be happy together. I've got a wife waiting for me in Nuremberg. Otto wanted me to say, oh, he did. Ha. Good, thank you. Have a good day at the Abbey. Andreas, try to stay dry. Thank you, you too. Good luck. Be good, Ursula. And away. Andreas. Oh, I didn't see that the wall was broken. Is this from the flood? It is. Must have broken in the night. Some of our sheep escaped. We'll have to track them down later. This is the way it always is. Rain falls on the Abbey and rolls downhill to us little people. Well, it's hard to blame the Abbey for that. That's just how rain works. There's a reason we're down here and they're up there, Andreas. Anyway, I have to go back to this. See you later. It's a stormy morning in Old Town. Hey, Andres. Hello, Andres. Morning, Andres. Otto and Ava, eh? Yes, what about them? Tell me the juicy details about what's happening going on between them. I'm not a gossip, Andres. Oh, I do not ask you to pour water onto the room for the concern I have for the happiness of my friends. Of course, Andreas. Fancy talk for being nosy. If you ask me, I think Otto's being a bit too slow about it. Oh? He's old enough already not to be smitten like a boy. They both like each other, seems to me. If you found the right person, you should go for it. It's what I would do. Where is Mistress Smith, if I may ask? Oh, that's a private matter. I have an intended, Sabine, waiting for me in Nuremberg. We're to marry once I've finished my Wunderjahr. I'm not even sure if she's the right one, but it is a necessary step. It's not good for the soul to be alone, Andreas. I do hope to find someone to have at my side as we build a family. God has not given me this blessing. Why not? It can happen at any moment, Andres. One hopes so. Oh, let's go back to work, Andres. Enough talk. Until later. Cheese, rye, and almonds in the square as normal. Oh, I have to go around the long way. God be with you, Andreas. It seems like we have a good spring storm, though I hope it lets up soon. Good morning. I'm sure it will let up soon. As God wills it. Oh, Rick, I paid Gret for last week's pumpernickel. Sorry to make you wait for it. It's no trouble at all. Please say I little lucky for me. Of course. Now off home and then to the Pfeffers. What's going on at the Pfeffers? Helena has about a month to go before her child is due. Last one was hard. He didn't make it, God rest his soul. I just want to give her the best chance she can have. It's in God's hands. Trust in Providence. Always, Ulrich. But I'll do what I can to help. Why make the Lord do all the work? I must be off now. Good day to you both. And Andreas, stay out of the rain. I mean, I'm in the rain. I'm staying in the rain talking to you. Tell Helena I will pray for her health. She will appreciate that, Andreas. Thank you. Until later. Until later, Agnes. I do worry about this will be remembered. Like, if I later on say, oh, have you been praying for my health? And I go, no. She's like, but you said you would. Kill him. Father, I said this before, but it isn't good that the water drains here so quickly. It's affecting the foundation. It needs to be looked at. I understand, but if you dig here, you may be disturbing the bodies decomposing in the yard. Of course, Father, but they're going to be dug up, back up again anyway. Yes, but why disturb them unnecessarily? It's your church, Father. You can't put this off forever. The foundation is going to crack. I understand. Perhaps after some of the bones have been removed to the ossuaries. Thank you, Lucky. Good day, Master Mailer. Good day, Father Thomas. I didn't mean to eavesdrop. Oh, worry not. Lucky was just reminding me of the dangerous severe rainfall composed to the foundation. God looks after his flock, but sometimes the pen requires an earthly hand. It will be taken care of. God be with you, Andreas. And with you, Father Thomas. Until later. Right, let's just head to the Abbot. I want to see who died. Oh, but I want to talk to Till. He's my boy. Hello, Master Mail. Oh, there we go. No, I talked to him. Martin? Oh, I successfully got a friendly... Well, I got a Rapskillian background and I gave Martin thieving advice, but I told him to help his family, so that offset that slightly. Hey, Martin. Hey, Andres. I found the shit. Achoo! Godspeed, you little thief. I should get this Subscorium. Gurno will give me an earful if I'm late again. Okay, so I guess he did steal something from, He did steal something then. Hey, Miklaus. I've got to be with you, Andreas. Are you preparing to leave even with this weather? The weather is unfortunate, but the Baron's wife, Lady Solomir, will be arriving today. My lord intends to depart as soon as she arrives. How long have they been married? 7 years now. She's a fine woman, a true lady. I didn't ask. But okay. I was hoping to bid farewell to the Baron before he leaves. I would sure he'd appreciate that. He spoke highly of you before he went to bed. He was disappointed that you didn't debate him at supper, but he understands that you didn't want to anger the abbot. Part of the art of rhetoric is understanding the right forum in which to persuade someone. That was not the right forum for the abbot. My lord always wants to discuss things when the mood hits him. He's often alone in feeling it, unfortunately. Is there any chance I could redeem myself in the Baron's eyes? Oh, this is a... I did not earn Lawrence Rothgill's favour. Oh, I addressed the Baron by his Christian name. I tried to turn down the Baron's supper invitation. I eloquently declined to debate Lorenz at dinner. That's a lot of negatives. Perhaps not on this occasion. I believe you may have offended the Baron in some other way as well. Some way? Or some ways. I would not fret too much about it, Master Mailer. He is a forgiving man. Where's your master gone, then? He went for a walk early in the morning. He didn't say when he'd be back. That seems odd, given the weather. Not odd for him. My lord enjoys hiking in all sorts of weather. A little rain never bothered him. I can sympathise. We Swabians enjoy a good walk through nature, even in such conditions. Weird that Swabians isn't underlined, because I have no idea what a Swabian is. Baron seems quite an unusual man in many ways. It may be so. I only know him as my lord for these last 7 years. That reminds me, did you see a short, surly-looking man in a hat on your way up this morning? Surely you don't mean me? No, he was shorter than you by 2 hands at least. I'm gonna lie. I didn't see any short, surly men, I'm sure. Sorry. That's a shame. Did something happen? Some of my lord's rings went missing, along with some gulden. No need to concern yourself, though. My lord is a man of means. He won't miss them. In any case, I must finish preparing the horses. It was good talking to you, Andreas. Of course, I have this rain lets up for you soon. God willing, until next time. Until then. So the Count didn't die. Hey, salutations, Stone. Good to see you. Hope you're having a dandy evening. I really want to go I want to find out who dies. I think once we find out who dies, we can stop. Okay, he's definitely not here. Can't go up to the Abbot house. I mean, unless the Count gets killed on his walk. Just had a 15-game win streak on COD Modern Warfare 2. Well, congrats. I assume that's impressive. Brothers? No! Where's my bro? Where's Puerto? The other guy, the old guy. Oh, this is wonderful. The rest of the abbey is soaked, and there's not a drop of rain in here. Good thing the abbot had Otto replace the roof of the scriptorium and library last month. With the kale factory next door, we can stay warm while everyone else is cold and wet. Instead of bragging about our good fortune, you should think about your brothers and sisters and pray for their health and safety. The Abbot's foresight saved a lot of our work and protected what's in the library. The town hasn't fared as well. I'm sure they'll be fine. More importantly, if they're not, I don't care. I mean, Guy's a prick, but at least he's honest. Brother Guy, your heart is harder than the stone of this floor. Huh, we have the grumpy old monk, but where's the nice one? Brother Piero, haven't you seen him yet today? I did. Before Brother Guy arrived, Brother Piero left to speak to the abbot some time ago. What? What is Martho ringing the bell? It can't be terse already. I pray it stops soon. Such a cacophony is an assault on my frail ears. It's not stopping. I suppose this means we're being summoned to the chapter house. Oh, God, give me the strength to endure the rain. It's 50 feet, old man. You'll live. God, give me the strength to endure this man. Oh, I love these two. Their bickering is delightful. It's still not stopping. What's going on? This can't all be because of the storm. I should see what's the matter. Aha. I think the plot is about to thicken. From the cloister. I don't know where the cloister is. From the cloister. Oh. Oh! What's happened? Oh, it is the Baron. I think it's the Baron. He's been hurt. Oh no, the Baron's there. Please, Father, where is Brother Florian? Have him come quickly. Be silent, brother. Brother Florian, if you please. He's very dead. I'm sorry, Father. There's nothing to be done. He's dead. Sister Margaret, calm yourself. Sister Gertrude, please take Sister Margaret back to the garden. Yes, Mother Cecilia. God protect us. The Baron was a friend of the Prince Bishop of Freisling. Why is he so worried about the Prince Bishop? This abbey is odd in more ways in more than one way. Its existence offends some in the church. We are far enough from Rome and Mainz that everyone forgets about us, but this could bring unwanted attention. Florian, how easily do you think you could dispose of this body? Father Abbot, what are you saying? Why are you questioning me? Why are you wasting precious time? Do you want to see the soldiers of the Prince Bishop march up on our steps and fling your brothers and sisters out of our home? Dude, Prido, God protect us. God, they're saying things in Latin. Silence! Quiet! Calm yourselves, all of you. Father Abbot, Baron Rothvogel's manservant, is already preparing to leave. The Baron's wife should be here in a matter of hours. This is not the time for rash decisions. Yes, you're right. Forgive me. But then what will we do? We must send the Baron's man to the court of the Prince Bishop in Freisling at once. Mother Cecilia, the Baron said the Prince Bishop's Archdeacon was in Innsbruck for the Imperial Diet. Oh, that was the nerdy guy. So many characters. Even better, swift action will silence any whispers of impropriety on our part. Given the Baron's stature, the Archdeacon will undoubtedly come to investigate immediately. Did I speak to the Baron? I don't think I did. Oh, wait, no. I got confused. I thought the guy on the left, the guy that was me, was the Baron. But no, that is the Baron. Okay, that's the guy I spoke with at length, and he's now dead. Okay. We must cooperate with him fully and pray for a speedy resolution. Yes, good. Thank you, Mother Cecilia. Brother Volslav, please detain Brother Piero in the cellar until the Prince Bishop's man arrives. What? Brother Piero? Why? I implore you to reconsider. He was caught in flagrante delictico. Let's just check what that one means. In blazing offence, indicating an individual has been caught in the act of committing a crime. Okay. Covered in blood with a knife in his hand. Father, do you really believe that Brother Piero is capable of such a foul deed? Yes. Capable enough when motivated by anger. I mean, he's a crippled, old, elderly, frail man. I had no anger against the Baron, Father Abbot. I simply came across him like this. No anger, not even for insulting your work and forcing us to give it to Andreas. This is not a subject for debate. When the Prince Bishop man arrives, we must not be empty-handed. He wasn't angry. Anyone who was in the scriptorium knows that. Even Guy knows that. Even if Piero wanted to kill the Baron, he's not physically capable of the act. I mean, these are both... I feel like I should be able to say both of these things. Hey, welcome back, Strauss. There's a lot of blood. This guy probably isn't very healthy right now. No, he was so dead it took me a while to realise who he was. But he is the Baron who died. We've got to the meat of the game, so to speak. It only took us 3 hours. I'll be honest, I thought the murder mystery part would kick in a bit earlier. There was quite a lot of preamble. Not a doctor, but I think blood goes inside, not outside. Well, I am a doctor in this game, and I can confirm that yes, that your blood being outside of your body is very bad for you. I'm going to say even Guy knows that. Be quiet, this is not your affair. It is my affair if you're going to make me part of Brother Piero's supposed motive. I am through debating this with you. My decision stands, brother. My decision stands. Brother Voslav will detain Brother Piero in the cellar until I say otherwise. Brother Florian, please escort Andreas out of the abbey. Andreas, do not show your face here again until tomorrow. Do you understand me? I say nothing. Andreas, listen to me. I sympathise with you. I don't think Piero did this either, but this isn't the time to push the abbot. I'm sure the other brothers and sisters believe Piero's innocent as well, but the abbot is worried about the Prince Bishop's attention. I can't let Piero die for something he didn't do. I appreciate your passion, but if you pursue this indelicately, you could make matters worse. Take a few hours to calm your nerves and your mind. You need to think clearly. Go to the Druckers, eat a good meal, and come back at nones. We won't have much time, but tap on my window with a small stone and I'll let you in. Let me in for what? To examine the body. Alright. I'm going to call it there, because it's coming up to midnight, and I'm probably that's my voice is hoarse from doing all this voicing. This game's I really like this game. It's a lot of fun. I feel like I'd probably enjoy it more though off stream, but where I can like go and explore everything and talk to everyone and check all of the like footnotes and stuff. So I think this will be a one-off, unfortunately. But I will try and I think I will try and finish this game off stream, because I'm not super invested in the plot, but it is well written and it is interesting. So I feel like I could become invested in the plot. But yeah, this much talking is just killing my throat. So, yeah, we got to the like I said, the flesh of the game. We got to the murder, upon which the rest of the game is the mystery that you have to solve. But it's like another 11. How long to beat has this? Like 14 hours. So it's quite a long game. So, we will we will stop here, and yeah, if you want to find out who the murderer is, play the game. That's the best thing I can say. Right. So, I wasn't going to stream tomorrow originally because I'm streaming all day Sunday. However, I missed a stream yesterday, so I need to make up for it. So I will stream tomorrow evening. I'm going to try and start about 6 o'clock. I want to play... the last game I've got on my list is... Well, I did have a game called Nobody Saves the World on my list, but I kind of put it on there because it was reviewed well, but I don't actually want to play it. So I'm not gonna. I'm gonna play Immortality, which is another... It might be a murder mystery game. It might be just a mystery game. Again, reviewed very well. I don't think I have to do any reading or talking, which is good. I think it's all watching, which is good for my throat. So, if you don't have any more exciting plans for New Year's Eve, come join me as we try and solve the mystery of immortality. And we can ring in, maybe see if I can beat the mystery before 2023. Otherwise, we can ring in 2023 together. Wouldn't that be delightful or sad? One of the two. Possibly both. Maybe delightfully sad. Who knows? Anyway, I'm gonna go. Like I said, my voice is going on the cusp of going hoarse, so we'll call it there. So thanks for watching. If you did, I hope you had a good evening. I've been Dandy. You've been Dandy. I will see you next time. Goodbye.